Hey, Filmatic listeners, just wanted to go ahead and give a little introduction for this episode. As it was recorded February 21st, which was about 2 months ago at this time of upload, and it was covering Madam Web and Bob Marley, as you'll see. The reason for the delay was due to extensive audio issues and recording issues on Manny's side. As you'll see, about an hour through the episode, the video cuts out entirely from Manny, so I went ahead and turned off my video, and you'll see it there. It says that the video transmission was cut, but of course the audio is still there, and I've just been busy or in my spare time tinkering with the audio to try to make it as good as possible, and I've been able to restore most of it. The volume levels might be a little bit off, but it should be mostly listenable. I apologize in advance for if it's not, or if it's a little bit difficult to listen to. But yeah, so I present to you the Filmatic Cross-Report for Madam Web and Bob Marley, and stay tuned. More Filmatic is coming, and special announcements as to the delays and why they have been, it's been this way and the delays have been happening. I apologize. And I hope you stay tuned, and I hope you're okay, and I hope you enjoy. Manny and I talked for a very, very long time, and we got into the weeds on movie stuff and non-movie stuff. Very deep into the weeds, actually, and I'm going to go ahead and also apologize for that. And in advance, just say, remember, it was like 4 a.m. or something, and we were talking out of our asses. So if we said anything that was strange, I'm sorry. All right. Hope you enjoy Bill Sharif Filmatic Podcast. See you next time.
I don't smoke cigs no more. And the bruises on my legs faded long ago. It's cold here of north.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Filmatic. It's been a minute. Last time we saw you, we were talking about Dream Scenario on the season premiere of the podcast. But this time, we have something a little special, something a little different. We will be doing something that was actually Manny's idea. This was Manny's idea. But we'll get to it. First of all, let me, of course, introduce returning guest, Manny Ray.
Thank you. We were just reminiscing right now. I think it's been about 2 years. A little less. It's my last appearance. I think for the Morbius premiere.
The Morbius. Fan casting the Star Wars universe.
Correct. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
And so I like to preface this by saying that the reason we're here together is because separately we made the decision to go see 2 films that released on February 14th. And the idea for this episode came after our tickets were bought. I'd just like to point that out for the record.
Yes.
But I digress. I'm happy to be back for any reason, is my point.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I guess it's fair we just continue to give a little context. So these 2 movies, which are going to be Madam Web, of course, and so Manny, it might be a little bit of a bad research moment for me. I was kind of, hoping you would have all the details. What is the actual name of the Bob Marley movie?
I had to check as well as I went to go sit down because, to me, this is just the Bob Marley movie. But according to Wikipedia, it is Bob Marley: One Love.
Okay.
Just the latest in the series of biopics that come out recently that are pretty much just contract with sort of similar plot lines of someone's careers, ups and downs. Keep it at that for now. But yeah.
So
as for you though.
And of course I'm doing Madam Web, which so I think both Madam Web and the Bob Marley movie, which is I'm just going to continue to call it that. I think both of them had a pretty memed, if you will, sort of lead up to their releases, right? Bob Marley movie constantly in the theater with the trailer for the last, half a year. Madam Web, of course, making waves as on social media for numerous reasons, but people just kind of wondering why this movie exists. But through it all, Manny and I sort of wanted to see these movies for different reasons, right? Now, for me, Madam Web,
Right.
as people on the podcast know, we do a lot of
Mhm.
comic book movies. I was interested, what is Sony doing with this elusive character who in the comics is kind of just a
Mhm.
side character. Uh,
Mhm.
Not just Madam Web, but of course Ezekiel Sims, the villain, which I'll get to. Um, and then, of course, I mean, the stars of the movie. It's an all women cast. I want to support that.
Right.
Of course, obviously, I just want to support
Mhm.
that. So I was telling Manny, maybe it won't be that bad. How could it be as bad as Morbius? That sort of thing. Manny's like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I don't know. I'm like, come on, man. You want to see the Bob Marley movie? But Manny, why did you want to see the Bob Marley movie?
I gotta. I think you could ascribe to this feeling too. That music is just so nostalgic
Mm-hmm.
of youth and of our youth, and just that music is timeless. It really is. So it's for me when I kept seeing that damn trailer in the theater, it kind of got a little annoying after like the second or third time. But you got like for me the appeal was hearing that music in the theater set. I was like, you know what? That's enough for me to go. I had people here who wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't gonna go alone. Maybe I would have, but it made the justification a lot easier to go down. And so for me, it was worth a shot. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Worth a shot. I think the same way you gave Madam Web a shot,
Mm-hmm.
I was willing to give Bob a shot. And so
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. I gave. I just really wanted to give Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney a shot, if you will.
Correct.
We could cut that out, maybe. I don't know. So Manny had this genius idea of what if we did something that Manny coined, actually, Filmatic Cross-Report. We've been floating this idea. Longtime listeners, or longtime listener probably knows, no more than one person would probably note. We've
Mhm.
had an idea for a while of spicing things up with a movie fight, some sort of turn the podcast genre on its head. Manny had this idea for Filmatic
Okay.
Cross-Report, where we would both see these two stinkers of movies and try to defend and convince the other of why they should see it.
Mhm.
Is that a pretty apt description of your idea, Manny?
I would, but I think just for the fight or the comparison we have today, we have one stinker and one mediocre film. And
Okay.
I'm here for the side of the mediocre film. Just gonna put that out there. Not gonna drag the movie down. I don't know what your goal is, but mine
Look.
is to uplift
Yeah.
goers to go see Bob Marley.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. That's fair. And by the rules of your own invention, I have to try and defend
Mhm.
Madam Web to some extent. Um,
I think you have the harder battle, is my point.
yeah.
And so
And then I think what would be cool is maybe like
points.
right at the end we'll give our real opinions, our honest, full opinions,
Oh yeah.
But just for the sake of the
No
cross
gun to the
report,
head.
yeah, for the sake of the cross report, we will be trying our best to tell you guys the pros of these movies. Something a little different. Everyone's bashing,
Mhm.
for example, Madam Web, which has been critically panned. Everyone's bashing it. So
Right.
we'll see what we can get up to. Now, this is the first time we've done this. We haven't really had any ideas for formatting this in any way. So, unless you have a better idea, Manny, I think maybe we should just go. What do you think we should do? First, you do Bob Marley, and I do Madam
Maybe you should
Web,
just
or you want to
maybe
do 1 and 1, or
maybe we should both start with maybe like a plot summary.
okay, yeah, I like that. And of course, for our listeners, I'll do my best to fix it in. I'll do my best to fix it in post, but as you might be able to tell, Manny's glitching out a little bit, going in and out. Or not going in and out, but there's a little bit of lag. So I'll do my best to fix that, but apologies if I can't. So, yeah. So
Yes. Sorry.
also,
I think I cut out. Okay.
So, so
Yes. Go ahead.
if it gets worse, maybe Manny will just turn his video off. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it comes to that. But we're gonna do for the first part a plot synopsis for both the movies. So Manny, do you want to start with Bob Marley, One Love, the movie?
Ooh. Sure. I'll go ahead and take the reins here. So, Bob Marley, One Love, produced by, I believe, here, let me pull up the credentials. Paramount Pictures, distributed by Paramount Pictures, produced by Tough Gong Records, which is basically Bob Marley's estate.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a testament to the music, the life of this man, the legendary artist whose music has been everywhere. So it has a pretty well-rounded cast. I mean, they have this. I don't watch Marvel stuff anymore, but it has this one guy who apparently he's big time, like in Secret Invasion or something. I think he's
Yeah.
Benadir.
I think he was a. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it
Bob
either, but I
Marley.
think he's the villain of that.
You sure you haven't watched it?
I promise you, I have not watched Secret Invasion, and I'll get to this. But listen, man, Marvel, you know, it's bad. Even I've given up.
I feel bad. Let's not go down that road. I think, yeah, it's kind of like being a dead horse at this point. But
yeah.
Okay. That put aside, you know, there's a great, well-rounded cast here with other actors. There's James Gandolfini's son is in it for like 2 minutes, which is cool, I guess, if you're like a soprano head. You know, he plays kind of like a whiny role, but that's kind of funny. Yeah. So the film, it people who have gone to the theater the last couple years have probably at least seen Rocket Man or Bohemian Rhapsody at some point. Those movies. It very much follows the same trajectory where it's like, okay, quick, brief glimpse of childhood. Fast forward to their come up in terms of music, their stardom, you know, their trials and tribulations. They maybe show one or two flaws that are kind of watered down in a way of someone's life if it's done by their family. So they show the one or two flaws, moves through a political perspective in terms of the political warfare that was going on in Jamaica at the time, and how and then ends with him getting toe cancer and dying.
Damn.
All that being said, it's the backdrop is of course the music, and that's what I had intended going in to see primarily, and I think personally biopics like that was the artist that I appreciated the most, you know, outside of their little story, whether it's true or not. Like I can respect Freddie Mercury, Elton John, but like I think the music of Bob Marley is just that it'll never get old personally. And so that might be the appeal. Like when I went to the theater, I saw it this weekend with some friends. We were all very excited to see this adaptation. Well, I guess we were excited to see this adaptation. And it was a good mixed crowd. A lot of older folks, couples. There were a couple kids in our row with like their family. I don't think they knew what was going on because they were just talking about going to like the bowling alley next after. I don't think they really appreciated it. But point is, Bob Marley's for everybody. That's why it's called One Love. It's one for everyone in unity and blah blah blah. And so basically, that's the vibes. Without spoiling too much, I want people to go and try to test it out after I give some good points. But I'll kick it off to you, I guess, to talk about Mrs. Webb or whatever.
Mrs. Webb, come on, bro. Come on. It's Madam Webb, okay? Now listen, you guys out here shitting on Madam. I'm playing for the record. Remember, we're defending these movies, okay? So we may be playing some characterized versions of ourselves. Maybe the views in this piece may not reflect those of persons in real life, if you will. So, Madam Webb, man. No, that was a good superhero flick. No.
Oh yeah.
Listen, man. Sony's been kicking it out of the park with, Manny, mentioned a little bit of Secret Invasion. He said, "Did you see, oh, come on, did you I'm sure you saw it because I'm a comic book fan. Everyone knows I love to watch those movies. Everyone knows that's
Uh-huh.
my jam, of course, you know. So when Manny
Of course.
pointed out that I didn't see Secret Invasion, I'll tell you why. It's because the
Mhm.
MCU is the number one cause of superhero fatigue in this country. Okay, all right. They've fallen
Mhm.
off. Okay, outside the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, every movie since Infinity War pretty much has been hot garbage. Okay, every series has been hot garbage. They try to shove these
Mhm.
series down our throats for what reason? I don't know. They're half baked. They're poorly written. They're terrible. They got the budget of a full feature film for 6 episodes of garbage. Come on, guys. So you know what Sony's doing, Manny? Sony is doing something brave by doing their own universe. They're turning expectations on their head. Okay, what do you just want to see a movie about Spider-Man? Boring. We want to see a movie about Venom. We want to see Morbius. We want to see Madam Web. We want to see
Uh,
the tapestry of the Spider-Man universe and how that's weaved together because that's more interesting. That provides an alternative look and an alternative approach for superhero movies that is yet to be seen. And I think what Sony is doing is brave. Okay, so Madam Web. Okay, Madam Web. All right, it follows uh, this lady who is the main character. Dakota Johnson plays Cassie. Okay, now her mother was a spider researcher. Okay, she studied.
Say the line, Bart. Say the line.
She was in the Amazon studying spiders with the villain right before she died. That's the mystery. What? That's part of the mystery, at least. You know. Okay, so that's how the film opens. This isn't really a spoiler. It's kind of in the trailers. Okay, we see Cassandra's mom in the Amazon in the jungle right before she died, studying a spider. Okay, and you
Mhm.
have the sort of added context of her working with the guy who turns out to be the villain, a guy named Ezekiel Sims. Now, if you've read the comics, you might be familiar with Ezekiel Sims from
Mhm.
J. Michael Straczynski's run of Spider-Man. However, it's not the same character at all. So it's barely the same character at all, which is
Wow.
which is
That's cool. That means
exciting.
they're subverting,
Yes,
the
yes,
material.
exactly. I see you're catching on.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so her mom was in the Amazon studying spiders right before she died with this Ezekiel guy, and then her mother is killed by him. Again, this is in the trailer, so this is not a really diverse, not diverse, explicit spoiler. So don't go
Okay.
hating on me because you want to. I spoiled Madam Web for you. Okay, so we cut to present day, which is 2003. By the way, this movie takes place in 2003. Uh, we know that because they show a giant billboard of that one Beyonce album that came out in 2003. So
A period piece. That's cool.
yeah, it's a period piece. So
Oh.
Cassie is a firefighter. Sorry, not firefighter. She's an EMS. Is it EMT? EMT worker.
I think EMT. EMT.
Yeah, EMT worker. So she drives the
Firefighter.
ambulance. She resuscitates people, right? And who is her coworker? None other than Ben Parker. Okay, when that happened, all 3 people in the theater were cheering when his name was revealed. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, isn't this now, Manny? Let's
Why
stop
was there only
first.
3 people?
Yeah. Because it was an afternoon show. Everyone knows in the afternoon movie theaters aren't that busy. Okay.
Oh, true.
Now, Manny, don't you think that's a much cooler way to learn about the lore of the universe rather than see a Spider-Man movie? We're seeing Uncle Ben in his younger
Honestly,
days. Has that ever been done before?
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The way you're describing it sounds like it's not falling to the same traps of showing basic ass Peter Parker struggling.
Yeah,
Yada,
who
yada,
gives
yada.
a
It sounds
shit?
different. I'm
Yeah.
getting a little excited.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so she's a firefighter. He's a sorry, why do I keep saying firefighter? They're EMTs. I don't know why I keep saying firefighter. Yeah. So there's a dangerous call they go on, right? And a car is hanging over a bridge. They go to remove the man. The man gets out safely from the car, but Cassie is stuck in the car wreck. Okay.
Mhm.
When she's in the car falls down, hits the water. She's basically drowning in the car. She blacks out. Okay. When she wakes up, she's revived. However, she
Mhm.
realizes that she's having visions. She's predicting things before they happen. Okay? So, that's kind of the setup for this movie. Now, again, I don't want to I like how you didn't spoil Bob Marley. I don't want to spoil too much, but basically we're introduced to Sydney Sweeney and all these other young girls characters who are playing like high schoolers who Cassie has visions of. They're all on a train together. She has visions that they're going to become superheroes, specifically Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, Silk, right? All these classic heroes that everyone knows. Everyone.
Wow.
So,
Awesome.
so the basically the plot of this movie, to zoom out a little bit, is she is trying to protect them from Ezekiel. Remember, he killed her mother, who is now on the hunt for them because he had a vision that they would one day, when they were superheroes, kill them. So naturally, he wants to kill them before they become superheroes. Okay. So,
So, I
Yeah.
guess could you explain for our audience right now, why is he trying to kill him, or is that going too far?
no. It's like I said. He has a vision that these girls
Well, right.
will one day kill him. So he has to kill them before they grow up and kill him.
But why?
What do you mean?
Why does he want to kill them?
He wants to kill them because they're gonna kill him one day.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Okay, Manny, look at it. Look at it this way. If you had a dream that I was gonna kill you in 10 years,
Okay,
don't
that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
don't you think you would try to kill me?
That's fair. That's fair.
Don't you think that's okay? Maybe put it this way. Don't you think that's one of the options you could take?
Certainly. Yes.
Okay, so that's just the option he's going with. So I see no boom, critique denied. Nice try, Manny. You just failed.
Okay, fine. I wasn't even trying to like make a jab. I was just I didn't understand it. But
yeah, well, I get it. You're just like all the other Madam Web haters. Okay, so
what, you and your 2-person army are just so strong. All three of you.
whoa. Okay, hey, listen, man. Listen.
In an afternoon.
Okay.
Bob Marley had like, I won't even lie, it was packed. The lady next to me was crying at the end. Like, it was so emotional. Sebastian was crying. I could hear him. It was so emotional.
Yeah, they were probably crying because they realized they wasted an afternoon on what could have been spent on Spotify listening to the Bob Marley "This Is Bob Marley" playlist on Spotify, buddy. Come on.
Okay. All I'm gonna say is that I'm not getting like how you explain this film to me seems to be no emotional weight behind any of this.
No, see, I'm so glad you said that because that's where you're wrong. Okay, because what you don't see in the trailers is two things that I think really ground the emotional side of this movie. All right, and here they are. Number one, Peter Parker is in this movie as a fetus. Okay, let me repeat that. Peter Parker is in this movie as a fetus. Okay? Because we meet Mary Parker and she's pregnant. And a through line of this movie happens to also be incidentally through the events, sort of coincidentally saving Peter Parker's life because they get caught in the crossfire of this hunt. So that really makes it emotional because you know that Spider-Man's there, you know, and he might die. If Spider-Man's dead, then, you know. And the other emotional part...
Which Spider-Man, though?
It doesn't matter which Spider-Man, Manny. In fact, you know what? I hope to high hell that Sony's Madam Web sequel features this Spider-Man as a new Spider-Man with a new actor, and there's a Sony Universe Spider-Man. because that's the superhero future of cinema that we deserve. Okay, so to continue, actually, wait, I guess that's pretty much it.
All right. I don't know like. I didn't. We obviously didn't plan any of these segments, but I think we should just go into like just talking shit. So, um, from what you just described to me, it sounds like you seem to focus a lot on the cast in terms of I'm not really sure what you didn't really describe like their acting ability, the story.
Wait, okay. Well, I just didn't get there.
Honestly,
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, listen.
I want to hear more.
See, here's the
I'm
thing,
just not
Manny.
convinced yet.
You know, you might be one of those normies who considers acting to only be about how you read a line, uh, where you are in a scene, and how you interact with other characters. And
Hmm.
while I think that is a potential method to acting, I think the method that the ladies take in this film is empowering because it's an all woman superhero film. And how many times have we seen that? Zero. Okay. Second of all, because I think what makes their acting different is
Actually, the Marvels.
the Marvels is
Think the
not an
Marvels.
no. The Marvels had Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury to back those ladies up, which is so, you know, lazy. Why do they need Nick Fury? You know what I mean? Whereas in this film, the ladies are actually saving Ben Parker at the end of the movie. Okay, that that's that's empowerment. Okay, and now going back to what I was saying about acting, you might think acting is all about line readings and how you interact with other characters,
Mhm.
but in this movie, acting is about beauty and grace. Okay, because because the leads of this movie are so stunningly beautiful that you can't help but believe every word they speak. Okay?
Wow. Hello.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to you were speechless. So my point is proven. Um
Processing what you just said. So you're saying, uh, as what you're saying is that they were eye candy at the whims of Sony
whoa.
in terms of bringing people in so that
I
they would actually sit and watch the movie.
okay, you know what, Manny? You know, you can peddle those liberal talking points as much as you want, but I think what is really apparent to talk about your movie is that they don't even rely on any good performances. People are coming in with the premise of knowing who Bob Marley is and his music. People are coming in because they like his music. You admitted it. You went in because you like his music. You know what I mean? The reason that the ending of that movie was emotional to you was not because of the actors did a good job,
No,
which
no,
I
no, no.
doubt they did. It was because, oh
That's not true.
no, I see Bob Marley die. I only read about that on Wikipedia, and you saw it, and you're like, oh wow, that's it.
That's not true.
Okay. Okay.
Listen. For anyone who got to see the movie would attest to Ben Kingsley's, or however you say his name's, and like he embodied. Well, he didn't really look like Bob Marley. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, you go. Ooh.
Act like he didn't even look like him. He didn't even look like him, but was still able to convince us that he was him. You know what I mean? Because his performance was so introspective and thoughtful, and there were the scenes where he was by himself on the guitar. Literally, the scene before was about how he's cheating on his wife, and then he was sitting like playing Redemption Song, and he was talking about how Redemption Song, and then how he redeemed himself, and that was powerful.
So what you're saying is Bob
I'm not even
Marley.
kidding.
So what you're saying is Bob Marley was a cheating scumbag, and yet you still gave a shit when he died. Wow, Manny. Wow. So you support cheaters? That sounds like the
This
movie is immoral and made you immoral, if you ask me.
Bill, let me talk. he made Exodus. Okay, so
He made Exodus. I know he made Exodus. So did Moses. Okay, Moses made his Exodus out of
I know, I
Israel.
know,
Now we see what's going on
I
over
know.
there. Well, I'll have to cut that out, obviously.
I meant to say like the point of these biopics is to justify their faults. And so the movie does montages of his musical excellence paired with his adultery and actually and also his lack of heeding like medical advice because twice like the doctor told him like, hey, if you amputate your toe because of your melanoma, you'll be fine. And then he says, I don't want to. And then because the acting is so good, we're led to like join his side. So in a way, it's very effective, I guess, in promoting someone who has committed some infidelity and some like, education in medicine.
Mm,
But because of the performances, you side with it.
okay.
That's why I think it was so great because really like everyone was crying in the theater. I'm
Rose.
not even kidding. At the end, everyone was crying when they did like at the end of the movie and they're like, oh, he died in 19 whatever and
Oh, come on. That is so lame. Every biopic
survived
does
by so
that,
and so and his music
put the
lives
wall of
on.
text on the wall on the screen. Okay?
So tell me
Boring.
this: what was the soundtrack to your movie? Probably sucked butt. Probably was
No.
like
Oh,
Beyonce.
that's where you're so wrong, Manny. That's where you're so wrong. Because
Nicki and
the the soundtrack to my movie didn't need to be pop songs that you stream on Spotify and make you want to go see the movie because that's lame and
mm, mm,
capitalistically and morally bankrupt. My movie was built on the sweet, sweet score of by a man whose name I admit I forget. I forgot his name, but he killed the soundtrack. Okay, made a killer soundtrack. And you know what? The soundtrack to Madam Web was so good that you don't even notice it. There are scenes where you don't notice it. There's actually for most of the movie you don't notice any sound, any soundtrack, which is I think just gives more power to the performances and the story of the film, right? Um, now,
so,
yeah,
can I ask real quick?
yeah,
Where was your focus then in this entire movie? If it wasn't on the sound, if it
no,
wasn't
no,
on the
Manny,
lines,
Manny, I didn't say there were no sound or no lines or no acting. I just said that your tiny brain can't comprehend the difference in proportions of those things in this movie than your average film. Okay, let me tell you something else we haven't talked about yet.
mhm,
Cinematography. Okay, I bet the
mhm.
cinematography in the Bob Marley movie looks like a fucking commercial. Am I wrong? Am I
Actually,
wrong? I bet it looks like an American Express commercial.
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was
Uh,
actually like that's one thing I will say is I noticed that it was very I don't know. It kind of was like a Netflix show,
not doing a
but
good job of
no, there
defending your movie, bro.
no,
You can't admit that.
no. It was good. It was passable. It let you focus attention on the
Passable.
music, which is the focus. That's why the movie. That's why the movie is called
Passable.
One Love, like the song, because they sing it. They go One Love. Yeah, you know.
Thanks for explaining to me why the movie is called One Love. Okay, let me tell you something. Madam Web has some of the most surreal Lynchian cinematography you will ever see. Okay, there's sequences where we enter
Bro,
Madam
that's
Web.
just you're just throwing out buzzwords. You're just throwing out letterbox buzzwords, bro.
Listen, what I can use buzzwords if they apply, and they apply here. Okay, Madam Web. There are sequences where we go inside Cassandra's mind and we see the literal web of the universe and the events that connect them in the Spider Verse, if you will. So, and it's mind boggling, really. I mean, it's just like I don't know how they crafted the blocking in that or the CGI and all that sort of thing. That's another thing. The CGI in this movie is, and this might be the truest thing I've ever said yet about this. It is really unlike anything you've ever seen in a movie. Um, if you ask me, I think it's just another way that Sony is trying to
Look,
distinguish themselves. You know?
So you're gonna tell me that it pulls a lot from, you know, Raimi type horror, and all of the cinematography is Nolan-esque and Lynchian and heart, and just the CGI adds to the layer of Charlie Kaufman style surrealism. Is that what you're gonna say?
Okay, listen.
Or what's that other guy's name? Ari Aster ism.
First of all, I don't even like Ari
That's what I'm
Aster,
getting
okay? I think his movies are like mid and like art house pretentious, okay? Not a fan of Ari Aster.
Summer, get it?
Okay, yeah, literally midsummer. It's actually mid, okay? You literally have to be like a kid to be like, oh my god, he's dead. Oh, that's literally the whole like thing of that movie. I'm not even kidding. I genuinely don't like Midsummer or any of the Ari Aster movies. This is not a joke. This is just real. I don't like them. I think they're just fucking yeah. Okay, to return to the Cross-Report character. Yeah, of course I'm going to say that, Manny, because it's and you can quote me on this, put it on the poster of Madam Web on the back of the DVD box. It's friggin' awesome, okay? You feel such a tension in the hunt. Ezekiel is hunting these young women, okay? You're constantly wondering, is what I'm seeing a vision? Is it real? He just killed this person, this character. Is it real? I don't know. There's a looming sense of the threat. If you've ever seen movies like The Fugitive or the original Halloween, or I mean many of the Halloweens, there's a lot of slasher influence actually, I think. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So again, you were trying to talk about the cinematography and like how it got you to focus on one or two things. What was that again? You're kind of like leading on about.
Manny, you're not gonna be able to. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to twist my words as if I'm some sort of as if I'm some sort of sexist who only saw this movie because I think Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney and all these women are so hot. I mean, first of all, of course they're beautiful women and young actresses in Hollywood. Of course I'm gonna respect that and admire that and give them the praise they deserve. First of all. Second of all, that's not the only reason I would see a movie, Manny. And what I mean by the cinematography outlining that, look, you know, there's a scene or two where I think a lesser person would think that, like, oh, why is the camera directly on Dakota Johnson's ass and a pair of jeans? Why is that happening? What people don't understand is that these choices are part of the director's vision, and the director is a woman, therefore she cannot be sexist.
So you would you say that you followed Dakota Johnson's filmography pretty closely then?
Look, Manny, I'm a movie buff, okay? I've seen many films, and yes, some of them do include Dakota Johnson. Of course, I've seen The Social Network. Of course, I've seen what's the other one? 50 Shades of Grey. I know about that. I haven't actually seen it because it's a little too raunchy and self-serving for my taste. Of course, I'm familiar. I always wanted to see what's the one with Chris Hemsworth where they're at a hotel? Bad Times at the El Royale. I never saw that, but I was told it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Like Sydney Sweeney's career, I know she's just taken off now, but it seems like you're very passionate about like both of these actresses.
Listen, Manny, I'm passionate about young talent in Hollywood. Don't you think? Would you agree that Hollywood is inherently nepotistic and generally chooses only a few A-listers and tries to shovel those guys down your throat all the time? I mean, you have to agree.
Yeah, that I can't deny.
Yeah.
So you're just about supporting young talent.
Yeah, of course I'm about supporting young talent. You expect me to go see the Bob Marley movie and support yet another MCU Disney shill actor in that Bob Marley guy? Yeah, right. Look, I can tell you're speechless. Let's look at it this.
I am a little.
Let's look at it this way, okay?
Mhm.
If a viewer could only watch either of our movies, what is your elevator pitch? What's your 3 to 5 sentences that will convince them to watch this movie?
You want to revel in a shared experience with others about the beauty of reggae, beauty of unity, told through one moment in time on Madam Web, which, as my friend has been trying to shill for the last hour over, is
Well,
who's been glazing.
glazing. Okay, hold on. Now liking something is glazing it. Defending something against.
Well, but I don't. I the way you're speaking about this movie is a little more than liked. I think you. I don't
Oh,
know.
we're not
I
allowed
think
to
you're a little
more than
doing
like
too much.
movies. Oh, I never said that you're glazing heat, Manny. When you say you like Heat, I respect your appreciation for a great film by Michael Mann, one of our best directors, who of course directed recently Ferrari, starring Adam Driver, which I wonder if you saw. If you're really a Michael Mann fan, Manny.
Uh, so just because you see, you're kind of like a Drake fan, you know, like it doesn't. Yeah, okay. You could have a loyalty to an artist or adore an artist, but if you're gonna dick ride them for every little thing, no matter how mid it is, that's just being a sheep. And so for me, I can love a director, but at the end of the day, I know when to call it quits. And I can love a movie franchise or a studio or whatever, but I know when to avoid things like the webs of Madam Web. Say.
Okay. Well.
So my real quick, my final pitch, since we got a little off track here. If you're not gonna glaze a dick ride like some other people, go watch Bob Marley, One Love. Go get some real, passion for music in your life and for people and peace. Go watch that. Don't go and ogle at Dakota, whatever you said her name was, or whatever. And
See, you don't even respect women. You don't even respect women, okay? This is where my elevator pitch begins, okay? First of all, before I get to Manny's claims, let me just say, if you are tired of the MCU and the DCEU and all these big brands who have ruined superhero film with how much they've watered it down and made it into a product, then this movie is for you. This movie redefines what a superhero movie is while bringing it back to its roots, while bringing it back to Spider-Man 2002, directed by Sam Raimi, X-Men, I believe 97, right? 98, with by what's his name, Singer. Okay, all these classic superhero movies, origins that were so good.
Classic directors as well.
Yeah, it's just
Classic Bryan Singer.
listen. I never said I supported Bryan Singer's personal actions. I just,
So why'd you name drop? Why'd you have to name drop?
Why did I name drop? Oh, it's a crime to know who Bryan Singer is now and that he directed X-Men. Okay, come on, Manny. You're grasping at straws here because you know you're losing this battle. Okay, so if you, returning to my pitch, if you want to see something new and support something new, you need to get out there and see Madam Web. Do not let the reviews, do not let the critics tell you anything, okay? Anything that is bad about this movie. Because it's really good, okay? And unlike Manny, Manny will sit here and say, "Oh, you're ogling at these women. Oh, you're just seeing it because you think they're hot and all this. Oh, they're being put on display by Sony." Come on, man. come on, now it's a crime to be beautiful in a movie in this country. Uh, now you can't even respect that because dude, this is the reality that the liberals want in cinema. All right, in liberal cinema viewers specifically. Okay, I don't mean like liberal. Okay, although those guys aren't that great either. Am I right? So you need to see Madam Web. Manny is a woman hater. Bob Marley is a shill movie for people who like. You really have to be a Bob Marley to take a word from Manny Glazer to see that movie because you're just going for the music. How about this?
I bet
How
your
about
ass is gonna be front row for the Michael Jackson movie that's coming out.
whoa, hold on, dude, hold on. Now look,
I know you. I
I will never. I'm not gonna. First of all,
ignore the critics, ignore the allegations, blah blah blah.
wait, now you're gonna say I'm defending Michael Jackson? I never defended Michael Jackson. Okay, I just said that maybe we should. Okay, listen. I both as this character and outside of this cross report genuinely will not pay money to see the Michael Jackson movie. Okay, I might pirate it. I might see some clips on TikTok, but I will not pay money genuinely. All right, but
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. What?
No, I know.
Okay. Yes, I don't.
You go.
Yeah, just to be clear, I'm not defending Michael
For
Jackson.
the record, that was a joke.
Yeah,
That was a joke. That's clearly.
Yes. Although his music is pretty good. That's all I'm saying. All right. Yeah.
It makes it hard.
It makes it hard. We've debated. The Manny's referencing a debate we kind of have a lot. Yeah. But not like between each other, but just
really,
like how do you separate art from the artist?
morally.
Yeah. So, returning back to the cross report, Manny's a woman hater. This movie is awesome. Cinematography is great. The acting is great. The stars are great. It's a different kind of superhero movie. You need to see it. Instead of seeing the Bob Marley movie, save yourself $10 and buy a Spotify plan and stream his playlist of essentials. And take a walk in the park. You probably get a lot more enjoyment. So, yeah. Any come?
I do have a counter argument.
Okay.
If your conclusion for my film is just to go and listen to the Spotify playlist, I would say for your film is just go pull up Twitter screenshots and do what you must with them, and don't bother to go watch the movie.
Whoa! What is that? Wait! Explain what that means. Explain. I think you have to explain. You can't just say that.
I think basically your what's it called? Your whole argument is a dog whistle.
Dog whistle. A dog whistle.
I just watch the movie, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. We all know, like, it's all a cover.
And what you're doing isn't a cover. What you're doing isn't a cover for. It's
so
your movie might as well be a commercial, a Super Bowl commercial for a credit card or a car with Bob Marley music in it. There's not a semblance of art in your movie, Manny, and I know that just from seeing the trailer. Stunned. He's stunned.
would you be willing right now to show like your true commitment to this film? Make a post on social media or something, putting hashtag Madam Web, great film, loved it, recommend it to all my friends, and post it publicly, and really like champion this message that you just spent an hour.
Okay, I mean, I'm happy to do that, but what should the picture be? Because, on Instagram, you have to post a picture.
Just whatever you have saved on your camera roll related to the film. The last thing you have saved.
The last thing I have saved that's related to Madam Web.
Yeah, on your screenshots or your downloads.
I think I don't. Well, what if I don't have? What if I don't have anything in my camera roll?
But we were talking earlier this week. You were sending some stuff about highlighting in this episode. I thought that was from your phone.
Okay. Yeah, I have some red carpet pictures on my phone because I was gonna post them to promote the podcast. I don't see what's weird about that. So you're saying I have to post that?
Post it. You got to announce this episode anyways at some point, right?
Okay, and what's the caption on this?
I don't know. Go ahead and summarize everything you said today. You could put a TLDR and be like, guys, real excited to share my own review of Madam Web. Was a blast. See them more. Hashtag whatever you call yourselves, Madam Webheads.
Wait, so sorry. You said so I have guys real excited to share my own review of Madam Web. It was a blast. And then what'd you say? You cut out?
You should do it. Web parentheses blast.
No, wait.
It was great.
you unironically keep cutting out. What are you saying?
Okay. It was a parentheses web parentheses blast thanks to these two fine actresses. Hope and then mention them or tag them, whatever. Tag them. Hope to see them soon again in the movies. Hashtag whatever you guys like, Madam Webheads, whatever you call yourselves.
Okay.
People like the movie.
And does this? I assume this is on the Filmatic account or my personal account, or like, what is your point here? Like,
oh, do both. Might as well do both. Amplify both. Spread the message.
Okay. And by posting this, you will undoubtedly believe my commitment to this movie.
Yes. Then I will 100%. Like, then I will go watch the movie.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a tall promise.
I will watch it at some point.
We have you on recording too, so you can't back out of that.
I won't. I will watch it. I will watch it in on a home platform this week.
Okay. Well, I feel like it's only fair if I'm proving my commitment that you should have to prove your commitment. Right? So, I don't know. I don't think you even have social media, first of all. So, that's a first disadvantage. It's kind of not fair, that I have it and you don't. So, you get away with that.
That's true. Oh, damn, that is true. So how do I prove myself?
What if you took a video of yourself talking with a Jamaican accent, and you just you tell it like, "Hey, everybody, go and see Bob Marley in the theater this weekend," and you send it to me, and then I'll post it on Instagram. On the Filmatic account.
We should just call it truce. And I think right now we can both agree. How about this? Let's agree to disagree. Both of our films have merits. They have flaws. Some have more than the other. But that they're both worth seeing, and that people should go and enjoy the diverse stories told in the cinema.
Okay, so I don't have to post the post you said, because we're agreeing to disagree.
No more posts. No more posts. Now we're just
okay. Well, I wasn't worried. I just I try to curate my Instagram, kind of, So I try to make it,
I get it. Social media presence is a big deal.
Yeah.
So when you try to.
Yeah, I just kind of I try not to post too much, because that way, girls will think I'm mysterious, and they might think I'm more entrancing that way,
I think they also like when guys are really passionate about film, especially certain films.
Yeah.
They like to see that.
Yeah.
Madam Web. And...
okay.
But yeah.
So I think Filmatic Cross-Report. Did we miss anything, or was that a success?
I mean, I guess we let the jury decide now.
Yeah, so
Who
guys,
walked away with the
yeah,
who
and
won?
so
Who's next?
this is an interactive portion of the podcast. If you're on Spotify, scroll
Mhm.
down. This is real, by the way. It's not a joke. There will be a poll there that says who won the Filmatic Cross-Report / which movie won. And it'll say me with Madam Web and Manny with Bob Marley. So you go ahead and vote, and the results will be shown on the next Cross-Report episode and will be discussed. And also we'll put the poll on Instagram as well, in case you're not using Spotify, and on YouTube. And so yeah, the ball is in your court, guys. Madam Web or Bob Marley, go vote now, and do it right now, because in 5 seconds there's going to be spoilers for our true thoughts on the movies. So here we go. Go vote. And welcome back.
Who
What?
won? Oh,
Uh,
you're supposed to say who won, who's next.
Who
You
won?
decide.
Who's next? You
And then,
decide
next episode.
on the next episode of Filmatic. Come back after you voted. And welcome back. Thanks for voting in the poll, guys. So we'll be reviewing that in the next Cross-Report episode. Now, Manny, I got to congratulate you on a debate well fought. You made some pretty good points for Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of tore me apart on the Madam Web thing. I think I did my best to defend it.
I had to press a little, but you came out pretty strong. I won't lie. You got that instinct in you
To what?
argument.
To argue.
Counter argue, whatever. But
Okay.
Like you're good under pressure. Let's just say that.
Okay.
You're good under the.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, yeah.
Unfiltered truth now.
Yes. Go ahead.
All right, who goes first?
You go first.
Yeah, it was mids, but really, like, the issue with these movies is that they aren't very challenging in terms of the person they're covering, because they are done by their family or done in the goodwill of whatever related parties to the person. Like, I'm thinking right now, I don't know if you saw, they announced like 4 Beatles movies.
Yeah, that's absurd. Yeah.
Like, it's just this is ridiculous. And so, if you're someone who already likes the music, I would say watch it, but wait till it's on Netflix. I mean, the music is really great. I wish, honestly, that the main focus is like the Exodus album, and show like him making Natural Mystics and Exodus and all these songs, and that was honestly cool. Wish they showed more. The rest of the story is kind of like, there is some interesting parts of his stories, especially relating to how him and his band were like in literal crossfire of the 2 political parties at the time in Jamaica. This is like the 70s. And there was a story to tell there, but they just never really like got to the heart of like why there was the political unrest, or like they didn't show enough to really validate why the music was so important. It's just try to go off the strength of the music itself, which, like, if you've listened to it, you would already know because it just hits you. So it's like, for anyone who's trying to be convinced about why the music's good, they're not really going to get much out of it.
Right.
Performances were good. Like, the main guy was actually good. I'll give him credit, but you can kind of like, I don't know. There were some things that were distracting. Like, he didn't really look like Bob Marley to me, and like you can tell his dreads were not real. Yeah, there were some like, they explored a little bit about Bob Marley's own like personal identity, because I didn't always know the full 100% story, but like the story about who his father was and his mother, that was kind of interesting, but they barely tapped on that. It was very surface level. So I would say pass, unless you like Bob Marley already.
Mhm.
Like, it's mids.
But at least
I still like it more than Bohemian Rhapsody.
At least you had a good time, right?
I can't complain. I got $5 tickets to go see it, so
Mm-hmm.
going to the movies is always fun. Like 98% of the time. So.
Yeah. Oh, I guess this is time for me to talk about Madam Web.
All the pictures you took look so excited. You guys were like just grinning ear to
Yeah,
ear.
so
Poster.
I saw the movie with Tenzin
Look so happy.
Smith, who's been on the podcast. He was supposed to be here, but he was busy. But yeah, I I don't I don't it was really bad. It was really bad. Okay, here's the thing though. The question of was it as bad as Morbius? Okay, Morbius
Yeah.
Morbius is just boring as fuck. Okay, Madam Web is still pretty boring, but it has some moments that if
Mhm.
you're watching with friends, you can laugh at the whole movie with some friends. You know, it's kind of like I've even seen some discussions of like people debating that it should become one of like a classic camp movie because it has like campy, sort of like The Room or something like that, which I could see it becoming. There are some wild choices made in this movie, both in terms of acting and direction and writing. Um, so maybe it'll become a cult camp classic. Maybe I will someday. I don't know. I don't even know where to start with specifics on that. Dakota Johnson is barely present in terms of her deliveries of the lines. She's really uninterested. The writing makes no sense. One of the most bewildering things, which was hilarious in the movie, and I hope you do see the movie just so you could see this. The guy who plays Ezekiel, first of all, clearly not a great actor, obviously, but most of his lines are like ADR'd in, dubbed over, because clearly he didn't deliver them right the first time, or they had to reshoot or whatever, some reason. So the lip sync for his lines are almost constantly off. And he also talks like a robot. Like he'll be like, "We need to kill the spider women," but his lips aren't moving correctly. He has a weird ass accent
Mhm.
that doesn't seem to be a real accent. It's just like absurd. It's crazy. Um, I think the sad part is that clearly this is Sony, classic Sony ruined the project in terms of like the director apparently is a good director normally who has directed some like pretty good TV episodes and stuff of Succession of other things. And I mean Dakota Johnson, maybe the jury's out,
Mhm.
but for all the other actresses and actors, they are also good actors and actresses. So it's like clearly the script and the direction and the editing that's not doing them a favor. Um, I generally don't understand why Sony just doesn't like make a Miles Morales movie or make a Spider-Man movie or make a, you know what I mean? Like why are they doing this? Why are they so dead set on this? I have no idea. Um
It sounds like maybe like this is just the residuals of them trying to still catch that high from like 3 years ago of comic book movies that they had already committed to these projects, and so I mean, but it's not because they still have what Craven and then how do I even
yeah, I guess Craven is their last chance, right? Because if Craven doesn't do well, might be, well, no, Venom 3.
they
Venom
gotta
3
stop. Oh,
comes out in November. So, guess we'll see. Do you have any questions for me about Madam Web?
and like fuck it, like honestly, Madam Web. Oh, I was gonna say I don't know. I probably cut out. I used to I used to resent Venom, and now it's like he looks really good compared to these other movies. Because at least him and like the Eddie Brock Venom dynamic is kind of funny.
Yeah, I think the Venom movies look like masterpieces compared to the like Morbius and Madam Web. It makes no sense. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, do I have questions? Would you recommend this to? I mean, is this worth watching? Like you said, when it's on streaming,
Okay, listen.
shits and giggles.
If it's on Netflix, and you're with some buddies and you genuinely don't have any other movie that you have any urge to watch, like you guys are genuinely like, fuck it, let's watch anything, and you don't want to
Mhm.
watch a really good movie you haven't seen before. I think it could be a really funny time to just watch it and like tear it apart with your friends. Because I was having fun with Tenzin. I had a good time with Tenzin. Um, it was a waste of money maybe, but it was still a good time. Like,
Mhm.
um, so I'd say it's worth it for the campy fun. Like, especially like versus like Morbius. Even if you watch it with your friends, it will be boring and terrible. At least this is like you get some. What did you say? Eye candy before? Uh,
Oh, but that was like during the persona. And,
I know,
yeah.
that's the joke.
Yeah.
So
To clarify, I hope this isn't edited out of con. Anyways, yeah. Definitely sounds like something I might not check out, but
look, man, I'm just saying, like, if you were to watch it with Sebastian and some roommates and Chris or whoever, I think you could have an okay time. I think it could be funny, you know.
that I cut out.
You did. What'd you say? You're still cutting out.
Did you watch Aquaman 2?
Aquaman 2. I did not
you
watch
watch
No,
Aquaman?
no. I did not watch Aquaman 2. Fuck no. Fuck that. Unironically,
Uh,
the only superhero movies I will care about will be the James Gunn ones because I know he knows how to make a good movie. I am familiar with the comics he has said he's basing them off of, and I think it could be really good. Unironically, I think we're in for a really big revival in Superman. I think it's going to be really good.
mm.
So, um, yeah.
You know how Batman has been optimism in their heroes and stuff?
Yeah.
That I cut out.
Yeah, I just couldn't tell what was going on. But last thing you said was Batman's optimistic or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So the last 20 years, it's all, between the Nolan movies and whatever else kind of ushered
Hmm.
in like this seriousness, this grimness, to like, the superhero genre. Do you think now we're gonna move back to Superman and optimism and
Genuinely,
you know,
genuinely, I think you have to keep in mind like
yeah,
there's a reason that everybody in the world knew and knows Superman's name. There's a reason that Superman was an everyday word. And it's not just because of like he's the first superhero movie and all this stuff, which theoretically can be debated, but I genuinely think that especially after delving into more Superman comics, which I had not before, because I was of the average impression that most people probably have, especially young people, that Superman, he can do anything. What's interesting about him, But I just read this one, obviously All Star Superman, which James Gunn is using as a
right.
basis. Uh, I just read a recent one. It's called Superman Up in the Sky. I don't know if you've ever read that one. It's pretty good. It's pretty nice. Very very. Just those two comics alone were enough for me to like clearly understand the vision and be like, oh shit, Superman can be a
Mhm.
really good, exciting character and be really emotional and relatable. Perhaps the most relatable of all. Um, connected with like
Mhm.
Spider-Man and all that sort of thing. So I think it's gonna be good. And James Gunn knows how to write a movie. Dude, The Suicide Squad is my favorite superhero
Mhm.
movie since I don't know how long. I don't know. I know you thought it was okay. I don't know. What do you think?
I liked it. I rewatched it like maybe 6 months ago, and like it's just you can tell that there's a vision and there's cohesion and there's like a genuine heart and blah 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 behind the characters. Like go watch that versus the first one, and you can just. I agree. I have faith in Gunn that
Mm-hmm.
that he's doing has been working for the last 10 years because those are the best movies. So
Yeah. No, he's
I believe in James Gunn.
yeah, he's a good writer. He's a good director. Did some pretty cool shit with the camera and knows cinematography and works with good people. So there's literally no reason to doubt him at this point, unless of course, classically with these movies, like we're seeing with Madam Web and every other movie for the last how long is studio interference,
Mhm.
right? So, and that's one thing about returning to Madam Web. It seems like underneath these layers and layers of bullshit, there is a movie here somewhere. It's just been torn to pieces and rearranged and changed.
Mhm.
I think especially like if you look here, I'll tell you one thing, for example, that I genuinely do think is maybe a pro of the movie. It looks like the actual look of it and the sets clearly show that it's real and that it's in a practical place. Here, I will go as far to say that Madam Web has better visuals and maybe cinematography, even maybe in some sequences at least, than Spider-Man No Way Home. I'll say that Spider-Man No Way Home feels very fabricated, you know.
I haven't rewatched No Way Home, but that is something that I remember is that there's a lot of whatever it is now, blue screen,
Yeah,
you know.
and I
That's another thing. Like this I don't know if you're I'm excited for the Fantastic Four movie, low key, because I
yeah
feel like they haven't had their they're what, the first super family and all that. They
yeah
haven't really had their time. And that's like another group that I want them to have their time, like Superman. So
yeah. No, I completely agree. I hope to God that the studio doesn't interfere and make it look as
no.
terrible and have a terrible plot of some of these newer Marvel movies. So,
Right.
I think there's hope.
Just going off that
The
promo picture
that
they put out,
poster, yeah,
I like it. I like it. So
yeah.
I hope it's like that. I hope it's not Quantumania
Well,
tears.
look, it's got a they're coming right out the gate with a unique vision with that poster, and
Mm-hmm.
they replaced John Watts was originally going to direct, who directed the Spider-Man Holland movies. We dodged a
He's
bullet.
yeah, nah.
We dodged a bullet.
Generic.
Yeah, because he's
So
off.
generic.
Right now, the guy who's directing is Matt Shackman, who primarily has done TV. He's done Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I guess
Interesting.
there's I think there can be hope. This is the most hope I've had for a Marvel an MCU movie in a long time. So
One time, me and Huey and like a bunch of other people, like, Huey made us watch a movie. He said it's the scariest movie he ever saw. It was called Clown by John Watt, and it was so shit. And apparently, that was like they saw that, and then his next movie was Homecoming. I don't get
that's
it.
so
I
fucked.
don't.
That's so
Somehow they.
fucked. Unironically, that's just like this is an example of what I'm talking about. It's just executives who know nothing, dude. That's
Yeah.
the what's ruining movies.
It must be that they give it to directors that they know will be complacent and will do whatever, are gonna just fit the generic bill of, okay, we need this and that, and if it changes last minute, you're not gonna fight back.
That's it. That's exactly what they
So,
want. That's why the writers of Madam Web are the same writers. There's this graphic that's going around that shows like their other movies, right? Like Gods of Egypt and Morbius
yep,
and
yep, yep.
Dracula. Why do you think they're? And I was wondering, I was like, why are they getting hired if their all their movies are stinkers? It's because these movies are movies that the executives want to make, and they're the executives, so
Mhm.
it's going to be made, and they need someone who's going to write it without putting up a fight. And if you're willing to not put
Yep,
up a fight, you will get hired, and that's it.
yep, yep, yep.
So, you know,
Uh,
well, we put on we put on a good show, I think, for this first Filmatic Cross-Report, and we made good timing.
mhm.
What do you think we've learned from this experience, and what can we do better for our next Cross-Report?
um, it would be funny.
Hmm.
And the next one is like if we put like lawyer backgrounds and like have like a suit on, and we like try to make like a case,
Okay, and we
and then
actually
we have like a
we get you a
jury.
stable internet connection.
Yeah, that would help. I think I need an Ethernet cord.
Dude, I think you got to go to Sebastian's house or something. You got to go to Elizabeth's, or
Maybe
you
I'll just go
gotta,
to the library.
yeah,
You
go to
know,
library.
go to work. Use that work Wi-Fi or something.
Okay, no, I like that. We lean more into the characters, do some
Yeah,
suits. Yeah.
Maybe get like one or two people in the audience just to be like, you know,
Yes, actually, that's
you
a
gotta
good
like,
idea.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I would say. Maybe just find another nice crossover theme or something coming up. I don't know what there is, but
Yeah.
uh,
Off the top of my head, I don't can't think of anything because, as you
like
know,
what
there's going to be a pretty big drought of movies because of the writer's strike this year. You know, a lot of shit from this year. Dude, what about? Oh my god, dude, Deadpool.
you know,
I think it's gonna be a shit show. I'm not gonna lie. I think
it's
it's
gonna
gonna.
be it's like for one thing, I don't know. For me personally, that shtick has run its course. Like
That's what I'm
since like 20.
saying. I think
So
I think
now
Deadpool
like
2 was a step in the right direction, though. For the record,
yeah, I liked Deadpool too.
Deadpool
I
2 is
don't
really
gonna
good.
lie,
I think it's better than the first one.
I honestly probably would agree. I haven't watched it in years. I probably would
Dude,
check
you
it
got
out
to
again.
rewatch it.
So
Well, you
like
could do an episode on that. I've been wanting to because
yeah,
I think Deadpool 1 is literally just like, people who have Deadpool stickers on their cars. You know what I'm talking about? That's
yeah.
Deadpool 1. Like
The whole point of it was just like, oh look, he's cursing, haha.
literally like, oh, he made a
That's
dick
it.
joke. I'm fine with him making dick jokes, but there's got to be a balance. Like,
Purpose.
yeah.
There has to be like
Deadpool 2 literally feels, in my opinion, like a comic book, like come to life.
Mhm.
Like it's got a
Mhm.
perfect level of emotionality. I love the way it looks. I love the way it's shot. I love the the cameos that are actually like valuable, like Juggernaut, seeing him for the first time on the big screen. Domino, pretty funny sequences. In the Suicide Squad, everyone dies in the beginning, but Deadpool did that
Octavio.
first. Yeah. Unironically, dude, I think the kid is really funny though. He's just hilarious. He's hilarious.
So like I won't lie. I read up on all the leaks and the shit like about this new one coming out.
Uh-huh.
It's clearly just Marvel realizing, oh shit,
No Way Home.
we made all these purchases. People are getting tired of. They're getting the fatigue from all these movies. We need to cash in on nostalgia. Let's throw in. Obviously, let's bring back Hugh Jackman, which he's. Listen, I'm not gonna fault him. Money is money. He's probably getting a fat ass check. Like I can't fault him for that. But like his story was done 5 years ago. That was done.
Dude, yeah, Logan was the perfect ending. How are you gonna? Yeah, it's like.
And so now they're like, oh fuck, we need. All right, let's bring him in. And then all the stuff that they're saying about the other properties that are probably gonna be in it. And I don't know, man. The meta commentary and the timeline stuff, the multiverse. I think it's just so played out. But people will go. So
Yeah, but I think the consequence is you're milking dry this concept of the multiverse. I think this is going to be the last one where people give a shit.
I hope so.
I think so. There's nothing else they can milk anymore. This is it. The Fox. We're going as far to milk the Fox universe. Come on, bro.
It's
no one
crazy.
cares. No one cares.
They're gonna bring back watch, and I don't know for sure, but they're gonna do like, oh, Chris Evans, Human Torch, guys, haha. They'll do like,
Oh my god, so
Ben
cringe.
Affleck and, but I am excited for. I don't even know what it's called, but the new Planet of the Apes. That's
Yes. Let's go.
It's gonna be so good. Like I got goosebumps.
Why did I get so hyped when the monkey was like, "What a beautiful day"? I was like, "Yo, let's go." I was like, I don't know what it is about those movies, but it's something's just like unlocks,
I've been trying so hard with Elizabeth. Like she's been very tolerant. I've been showing a lot of films. She's like, we're not watching that movie. I'm
No.
like, the other ones. I'm like, we have to.
Dude,
please."
James Franco, his dad has dementia and the monkey is there. Come on.
Yeah. And that's not even the best one. I think I haven't.
The second one, yeah.
The second one's the best. But you want to know the truth? I still haven't even watched the third one.
Dude, how'd you know that I hadn't either?
Oh.
You know what's funny is I was so
some-
hyped for it. I was like, like
know.
constantly rewatching the trailer, making jokes about it with people at the time. But I just never got around to seeing it. And then I kind of
never
forgot
watched
about it. I think it's good though. I've heard it's good. I mean, I know about the ending, unfortunately, but.
Oh, I don't.
Okay, well, I won't spoil it, but those movies are really good. Matt Reeves directed the second and third ones. Of course, he made the Batman.
Yeah.
So that's good.
No, they're really good. Like, yeah, crazy to think that, like, I don't know, CGI characters like that, very hard to. Obviously, Andy Serkis is the GOAT and all that, but it's like that's the reason why he's the GOAT, is that because it's hard to make something like that so convincing when they're the main character
Mhm.
that you forget that they're monkeys. They're like real, you know. They're
Yeah.
not even they're not even monkeys. They're CGI.
Well, I'm pretty sure the company that is working on Avatar also worked on Planet of the Apes, so that makes sense,
Probably.
which is
So
pretty hype.
that movie I'm excited for.
Is there anything else? I think
I'm gonna watch Monkey Man.
yes, Monkey Man. Everybody needs to see Monkey Man. Genuinely, we got to support that.
They had the trailer for the Super Bowl for that.
Yeah, that's big. That's huge, actually.
So
Monkey Man, for those who don't know, it's directed and starring by Dev Patel. It originally was just going to be like a smaller sort of release, but Jordan Peele apparently saw the movie and he bought the rights. His company bought the rights, and now it's being distributed by Universal. So it's gonna have a major theatrical release. I think it's in April. So people need to go see that so we can support it, bro. Because it seems like he's kind of like taking a lot of like mysticism and like Indian culture and putting it into something that's kind of like accessible for American audiences through like John Wick tier action, you know?
yeah,
And it's apparently, I didn't know this, but you know Dev Patel was like a martial artist before he was an actor. Like apparently he's like he's really good at fighting. So that's part of the reason why he did it and like wrote it, and not wrote it, but I think directed it and made it. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
he has a black belt apparently.
I wonder if that's why they put him in that Avatar movie. I don't even remember if they do.
Is he in that one? M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I never really watched that show. I won't lie. I'm not gonna front.
Here's the thing. I did watch that show. At the time I thought it was cool, but I was 8, okay? Here's my hot take. Overrated. It's fine for what it is, but this obsession, this culture,
a little much.
It's a little bit much.
That honestly, we're about to get flack for this too. You realize that, right?
Oh,
People are gonna be like,
I mean, this might be one of the hottest takes we've ever had, but
yeah, it was good for a Nick show.
It's good. It's a good kid show. It's fine. It's great. I'll show
Nickelodeon guy.
I'm just saying, like this obsession of like when it came out on Netflix of like people like how finally I can rewatch Avatar. Like, bro, I couldn't get through fucking 10 minutes of that shit because it's designed to. It's literally the same formula for all the other Nickelodeon shows. You know, it's like
literally
rising conflict, commercial break, conflict, ending, lesson learned. You know,
comedic relief.
Yeah, literally, dude. It's just fine. It's fine. I'm not saying don't watch it or like fuck you if you watch it, but like, come on, bro. We don't need this live action series or movies with it. It's if you're gonna do something with it, do something different. Do a spin-off or whatever. Just like don't. It's too much. It's too much, really.
You want to hear another controversial one that I probably will also get flack for?
Sure.
And this is coming from someone who has literally a Revenge of the Sith poster on my wall, and you know.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Clone Wars, the cartoon, is okay.
Yes.
People are like, oh, it's so.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing as Avatar. It's literally the same thing.
Someone who same thing watched that when it came out as a kid.
Yeah, we both are big fans of that. We're big fans of Star Wars.
But like, it's not that deep, guys. It's not that deep. I'm telling you that as someone who literally has clone trooper shit and like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it introduced a lot of good things into the lore or whatever, but come on, guys.
At the end of the day, it's literally like Jar Jar Binks just doing stupid shit, and they're like, "Oh, but it shows PTSD." It's like, no, come on, that's so surface level, bro. They probably did that.
And that's why I don't like the direction. Now they're saying like Dave Filoni's making movies now and he's in charge. I don't want it. I don't want it, bro. You guys ran into the ground. It's over.
Okay, here I go again. I'm gonna sound like just like a hater, but Once again, I haven't watched Andor. That's the one I haven't seen.
Apparently that one's really good.
Apparently, it's really good. But like Ahsoka and all this other stuff, it's.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm sorry. It's just the vision is. It's
First of all, it looks
it's
like
not
garbage
new.
just visually.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
at least if it looked good, we could, stomach it. But come on. Like, it's what is going on? What is going on? They're ruining all their major franchises, Disney, I feel like. It's just like,
They just overdid it, and now they're just trying to realize, oh crap, we're not making the money back on it. I think.
yeah, but then they put him in charge. Why'd they put him in charge? Why'd they do
I
that?
don't know, bro.
It's so over. It's so over for Star Wars. They're making a Mandalorian movie. Did you hear about
Yeah,
this? Unironically, it's called it's called The Mandalorian and Grogu. I thought we were over this, guys. I thought it was just a COVID thing, I thought it was just Baby Yoda, COVID, like.
Yeah, chicken nuggies and.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And like I think I watched the first 2 seasons. I thought it was okay. Apparently the third one was really bad.
Can I be honest with you? I had Disney Plus for a month at some point in the last few years, whenever it was, I don't know. But whenever I did, I saw Clone Wars. I was like, you know what? I haven't seen episodes of this since I was a kid. Don't remember anything. I've been rewatching the movies. You know what? Let's give it a shot. I genuinely did not make it through 15 minutes. It's
for kids.
The pacing is for children. It's the pacing. That's what it is. It's just.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, if you're a kid, like.
That's the reason why we liked it when we were 8.
Yeah.
Because we were there sitting there like watching Cartoon Network.
Yeah, it's designed just to let kids sit on Cartoon Network all day, and only go. Take a shit during
like
commercials.
Latchkey ass, exactly.
Yeah.
The latchkey ass kids, so we could eat our cereal and.
Yeah.
Literally play on our DS.
If you're binging that, you must be psychotic. You literally must be like you have to be insane. I don't know how you do it.
You want to hear something funny? Completely unrelated.
All right.
Which this is actually really interesting to me because this is from the perspective of someone who watched the show after the memes, like way after the memes. My sister said she started Breaking Bad like 2 months ago.
Based.
She finished it like last week, but she said that all the memes that she's been seeing for the last how many years on the internet have just completely like warped.
Yeah, they probably ruined it. Yeah. Well, first of all, she should watch Better Call Saul, because it's really good.
I'll tell her that.
I think it might be better. Yeah, go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
But that just like she said, obviously she appreciates TV shows. Like she's watched shit that I haven't even watched. Like she's like, oh, you gotta watch Peaky Blinders and all this stuff. I was like, okay, I'll get to that. But that she just said when it got to like Ozymandias and like she just couldn't not laugh.
Yeah, because people who haven't seen Breaking Bad for the last 5 years have been seeing probably videos of Hank dying 3,000 times. Like, oh, spoilers if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, I guess. Whoever's 2 people are listening at this point. Yeah, dude, I don't know, dude. Meme culture, I think, genuinely is negatively impacting media. Meme culture and just social media, dude. Why have I seen 5 different videos of Wolverine and Deadpool on set? I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
it's showing up.
It takes the fun out of.
I miss when you get surprised. I miss when literally all you could do is go on YouTube and watch the trailer over and over again for Logan or whatever. Those were the days, I guess. It's too much. We know too much.
We know too much. It's just it's a gluttony of just junk. So told her to watch The Boys.
The Boys?
Told her to watch The Boys next, but like, because I don't think the memes were as bad for that one. Like she can still.
No, that one was okay.
Yeah, because they're just like the 2 of his face just looking at the screen, and like, it's not too spoilery. So
yeah, no, The Boys is good. I was gonna say though, this movie, have you heard of it? Drive Away Dolls.
Yes, is that the new Cohen brothers?
Ethan Cohen is doing it. Yeah. Matt Damon's in it. Seems like it's gonna be pretty good.
is that apparently they go to Tallahassee. Which I think
Yeah,
is
that's
fun.
the big. I keep seeing, literally, I keep seeing ads, and you can only skip 5 seconds in. So the beginning is always like, "We want to get out of here," and the guy's like, "Where do you want to go?" Tallahassee, and then I skip the ad.
Yeah, that I'll watch. I mean, that has that one chick from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? The hippie girl.
Yeah,
I think.
and the Indian girl who's in Miracle Workers. If you've ever seen that TV show, Daniel
No.
Radcliffe's in it. It's pretty funny.
I'll watch that. I'll tell you one thing is that I got that pass to the little theater here to the Hippodrome.
Hmm.
So like the lineup, the lineup is pretty good. Like I got to see Dream Scenario.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It showed like I guess the original play, that Fleabag. I don't know if you ever watched Fleabag, but the
I've
play that
I've
it's
heard of
based
it.
off of,
Mhm.
and it was really good. And then they got like they basically just show you already know, but it's like more independent film based. So like
Yeah, I
next
wish there
month
was
I'll
something
come
like that in Sarasota or Tampa, but
yeah.
we live in a culturally fucking deprived state, so
Void. So like Zone of Interest I want to watch.
yes. Yeah, I want to see that.
What else is coming out?
Dune Part 2. I didn't see the first Dune, not gonna lie.
I didn't even see the first. I feel like it's like a lot you have to get. Is it a lot to get into that or nah?
Apparently
One
no.
movie.
Apparently you don't have to know anything. Speaking of monkeys, Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla times Kong, the new empire.
So I finally watched GVX. Did I do that
Okay.
right? GVX.
G-
Wait, no.
God-
GXK? GVK?
Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes. I finally watched it. I mean, it was fun, I'm not gonna watch this new one, but
Listen. Here's what I'm saying.
I won't.
First of all, the best King Kong movie is Peter Jackson King Kong. From 2000, early 2000s, right?
That is something to talk about because honestly, like that's our Kong, right? That's the one we
Mhm.
had as kids. That one was legitimately frightening. Like that.
Oh yeah, it was fucking insane. And you rewatch it now, and it's cool. But
and it's still good. I mean, I think it's still good. I haven't watched it in a while.
Dude, it's an epic. It's an epic. Peter Jackson knows how to make an epic fantasy.
Yes.
But here's what I'm saying though. They're going too far with this new shit. Okay, why is King Kong using an axe and jumping around like a man? Like that's not like the whole appeal is that he's just a big monkey.
He's gonna see his family. He's gonna see his family under the earth, and they're.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
I think so.
What? Okay, I was wondering what that little red monkey was doing.
I think that's like his son or something.
What?
Or his brother. I don't know.
No. Listen, this is what I'm saying. We've gone too far. But King Kong doesn't need to have a fucking underground family.
King Kong was the goat. Was the goat when he was on the freaking Empire State Building.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we need him to be. Just crushing planes and jumping. Yeah. Even Skull Island. I like Skull Island. It's fun. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just it's a good.
It doesn't get too crazy.
Yeah, it's got good action. He's fighting some big lizard monsters. You destroy some helicopters. It's good. That's literally all you need. That's all you need for a passable King Kong movie. But no, he has to. Literally, the way he interacts with Kong it's like they're acting like people. They're just acting like people. This might as well be an animated cartoon. You know what I mean?
Watch them and just like make them talk by the end. Like both of them. Like
I will literally lose my mind if he's
like, buddy.
What if he says
no? No, they're gonna make him be like, yo, this is crazy.
Which reminds me, dude, is the No and the first King Kong or Planet of the Apes reboot not one of the most like insane things you saw as a kid? It's like it's scary at the time, It's like awesome, but it's also like
the part that scared me about that movie is just the end when like they show like the disease spreading. That kind of was scary.
Yeah, wait, I don't remember. What is it? Who's dying?
So like I guess because I don't know, the monkeys are like contagious, and then they sneeze on somebody, and then the guy like the disease that like wipes out humanity or whatever, and then like the end is like I don't know, a pilot is sick and he sneezes like on a kid, and then the final scene is just showing all the flights connecting across the
Jeez.
globe, spreading like the disease.
I forgot about that. That's
And then
crazy. But then, so are they contagious
crazy.
for the other movies too?
I don't know. Dude.
I don't think
It's
so because they're like interacting in the other
no,
movies. Like Woody Harrelson's like
it's
sucking Caesar off in the third movie or in the trailer. He's like,
they're like literally hugging and shit. I think it's like whatever like what's it called? Fucking Gen V that they're injecting in them, compound V that they're putting in them in the first movie. Like it has to be contained, but then like they drop a canister and then it gets on somebody, and then I don't know. That was kind of weird. I guess they had to have a reason to like kill all the humans.
yeah, of
But the
course.
core of it is like, what is humanity? That's the core of those films, you know.
Yeah, of course.
That's I think the second one. I still have to see the third, but the second one is so great. So
Yeah, no, I'm excited for
that's
the
my
new one
piece.
because the new one's like what, like 100 years later or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're getting closer and closer to the
So
original Planet of the Apes timeline,
mm-hmm.
where they're literally just walking around and
It'll,
talking like with outfits.
mm, that like I can see like that ending is still so awesome for the first one, where he's just on the beach or whatever, walks up to the Statue of Liberty. Like that's awesome.
What, the Mark Wahlberg
So
one?
I think, oh, bruh, that's like, come on. No, the original one when
Oh, the
he's like
original. Okay, yeah.
the original one when he walks up to the Statue of Liberty,
Dude,
realizes
that
that they were on Earth the whole time, blah blah blah.
yeah, but that one's funny because the apes are just talking like British people, right? They're just like
Yeah, they're literally like they're just humans.
they're just people. I mean, they're literally just people with
Um,
monkey masks. Like, it's like
yeah,
it's crazy. I
the
wonder if
Mark
they'll show
Wahlberg
that
one,
in
I try to
the new shit. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
the Mark Wahlberg one, I never finished it. That one was ass.
Of course.
Point is, Planet of the Apes. If you don't appreciate them,
What's wrong with you?
I don't get it. Yeah,
You just hate good. You just hate. You know what it is? It's like
just
like it's funny obviously because it's both monkey movies, but it's like what I said about the Peter Jackson movies. It's like the people who are making these Planet of the Apes reboots just know what makes people like those movies. What makes you click? It's like we were saying about why it was so.
mhm.
You and I can't understand why it was so hype that the monkeys just at the end of the trailer like, what a glorious day. Like, I don't know why that gave me goosebumps. You don't know why that gave you goosebumps, but it did.
I don't know. It's just something in like tapped in, I guess. That
It's just like it's
I
just
don't know.
cool. It's
Something
just
about
cool
monkeys.
shit. It's just cool shit. I think that's it. It's the
It
same thing
is.
with
It
that.
is.
It's the same
It
thing with
is.
Peter Jackson when King Kong is like destroying,
King Kong.
fucking up a dinosaur. It's literally just cool shit.
Yeah. You know what sucks though? Is I don't like the ride at Universal that much.
Yeah, of course not, because it's for fucking babies. Dude, come on. They wasted so much money making that
Yeah.
ride just so you sit on a truck that barely moves and look at a
Yeah. That
screen.
shit sucks.
What are they doing over there, bro? What happened, bro? They have
Like
Spider-Man there.
from what? Yeah. Like from what my mom told me, the one from like the '90s was so badass because like literally
Yeah, I've
just
seen
from New York.
videos. I've seen like
Oh
VHS like
fuck!
rips. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
That looked so fun. But of course they got to do the gyroscope bullshit.
But I don't understand
Whatever.
why. There's no way anyone is like during product testing like telling them it's a good idea. Can't be saving
I don't know.
money. I don't understand it.
I don't know. It must. There must be some. They must just think like screens are better, bigger or better. Maybe they're easier to maintain, but it sucks. Those kind of I don't like those rides. Except for Spider-Man, but that's because Spider-Man is a mix,
Well, Spider-Man does it perfectly.
right?
It's
So
it's insane.
if they ever get rid of that ride, I'm never going to Universal again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would probably
Actually,
agree
I
with
don't
that.
know. I don't know.
I would have no reason to. Maybe the Mummy. Maybe the Mummy. Mummy's good.
Mummy. If they ever get rid of the Mummy,
And Spider-Man.
never going back.
Literally never. Literally never.
Actually, it was kind of scary because the last time I went like back in October, and we went on Mummy, and obviously it's classic, but like
I heard it's
you know the
slower.
part right before go, it's slower, but also it was having issues because and rides always have issues, but it was kind of scary because we were at the part where we were supposed to go backwards,
Mm-hmm.
but it stayed there for like 2 minutes,
What the?
and then it went backwards. Like I don't know,
That's
something
not
happened.
good.
And then there was a part where we're like, before you go up, I forget if it's a drop or if it goes up, but where there's like the fire everywhere. We were
Mhm.
also stuck in there for like a good amount of time, and it was kind of getting scary because like you're just breathing in like the propane.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought this all up. I
Well,
hope they don't get rid of
it's
it. That's my
yeah,
point.
yeah. No, yeah. Hopefully they don't. Um. Apparently, Bad Boys 4 is slated to release on June 14th.
Ay, ay, ay.
So the question is, how will the world react to Will Smith back in theaters?
Well, is that going to be his first film back,
Well, he had an Apple
or
TV
one of them?
movie before that.
Oh, but nobody
No
watched
one
that.
would watch that. Yeah. Actually, the guy who directed that is directing the Michael Jackson biopic, which I don't know what to make of that, but it's just a fact I know.
I'm also scared to get. I guess no one. I don't know. People from our generation aren't really like huge, like MJ like stands like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm scared to say anything because those people will come for you. Like those are the original Swifties, are the MJ fans. Seriously,
Yeah, no,
I
I've seen
honestly
some
think
pretty
like
crazy videos.
if you put them numbers to numbers and account for like inflation or like cultural inflation or
No,
something,
no one has
I
ever
think
been as big as him. We've talked about
no,
this. There's
no one
literally
else.
no one on the
Yeah, yeah.
earth who is ever as popular as Michael Jackson. Not a king, not anyone in history who has been, because of obviously the now radio and internet, whatever. But like, there's no
Yeah.
one who's ever been as big as Michael Jackson. You could go
Yeah.
pick a fucking spot on a globe and drop there and ask someone on the street who Michael Jackson is. Name one Michael
Yeah,
Jackson song.
exactly.
They'll be able to tell you. It just
So that's
sucks
why
that
this
his music
movie
is so
will
good.
be. It's so good.
I talked to Manny about this so many times, but it's like, you're on Spotify. You guys ever use a Spotify DJ, by the
Yeah.
way? He'd,
Mhm.
he'd be like,
The
here's something for you from your past, Michael Jackson, and then it's like, looking out across the night sky. And I'm like, and I have to sing. I have to sing. You know what I mean? I got to turn.
Why?
I have to blast it, and I have to sing with the windows down. There's no other
mean,
option.
This is how I've approached it recently, but I don't commit because I'm me, I'm a physical media person,
Mhm.
but I don't have any of this stuff on physical media, so I don't really want to buy it because that would be technically supporting the state.
You'd have to
But
buy it
also
pre-owned.
streaming is right, but also streaming supports the state, so it's like, what do I do? Do I download the songs to my phone? But
Well,
no, it's
yeah,
just
and
like,
then you
if
tell
you want it, like,
yourself,
yeah.
well, I'm just one person. If I listen to it, it's not going to change anything. But then people will tell you that's not true because it takes
Right.
blah blah blah. So I'm like,
That's like voting or whatever
Yeah.
bullshit that they say about voting.
yeah, well, that's just a fucking joke. No, I'm just kidding, guys.
No, please vote.
Yeah,
Please.
actually, genuinely.
And
Michael Jackson is just. I don't know. I think I once said to you, like, maybe we should look at it where it's like he's just an instrument, and it's like, oh, they're just, you view it as like, oh, I'm just listening to his voice is just an instrument.
Mhm.
But also that doesn't work because then it's like you're discounting the shit that he did because he's still a human.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what to do. First of all, I don't think this movie,
I don't know what to do.
I don't think this biopic will be good enough to see in theaters. Genuinely, like the director has
No.
he's only made mid movies. The writers are gonna be
Mhm.
working with the estate, so they're gonna wipe it clean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
I think it's one of the.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the nephews or someone playing him too.
Yeah,
so
fucking
like,
Jafar Jackson.
it's just. Yeah.
So the good
It's
news
just
is
so
that it probably
messy.
won't be enticing enough to even want to spend money on it. So that's good.
Mhm.
If anything, like I said, just literally, I don't normally advocate for piracy in public, but if there was ever a time to, I think I'd say just pirate it if you want to watch it,
Mhm.
so you don't support that estate. But then again, he's dead, so I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
Because then I'm like, well, if I'm supporting his
legitimately-
estate, I'm just supporting his kids, and they didn't do anything. And I'm like, well, no, but it's like I don't know. I
But
don't.
there's more to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm sure, like you said, like this is the most famous man in the world,
Yeah,
and behind that is a team of lawyers and business people and
of course.
record execs and all these people that will benefit forever, and they of course want to keep benefiting. So the best thing that they'll do anything to shut down,
Yeah.
like not even controversy. It's because just the truth. I'll say it, the truth. Like
As
always find a way
Spike
to make
Lee would
things
say,
ambiguous.
that's the truth, Ruth. What'd you think of Spike Lee hanging out with Ice Spice?
Yo, but the princess from the Boogie Down Bronx and
Dude,
Brooklyn, much love.
dude, not gonna lie, sometimes his
Oh, that
captions
guy is
kind
so
of,
funny.
yeah. You know, I had to kick it with the princess of Brooklyn. Just like, bro, calm down. Like,
Is he coming out with movies?
dude, your guess is as
Is he
good as
anything in the
mine.
works?
Dude, he's probably on that Q-tip grind, you know. He's doing
Really
he's
don't.
doing it the Q-tip way.
I even my abstract radio, he hasn't added to it
Yes.
in like 2 years. So like I've caught up. I've had Apple Music the last 6 months, and I finally caught up. I'm like,
Damn, it's pretty impressive.
music's so good though. Well, but it's like, what is he doing? I guess just like
Oh, this isn't good news. I just googled it, and apparently, the last article about Spike Lee's next movie was in March of 2023, and it says Jonathan Majors is going to star in it. So, not good for Spike.
yeah.
I assume they either canned
I
it
don't know
or
about that.
they filmed it maybe, and they don't want to release it. I don't know.
It's a bust. Who's coming out?
Quiet Place Day One.
Oh, Joker. I'll watch Joker.
Joker.
Like
Joker. Yeah.
like honestly, anything that is Spider-Man, directly Spider-Man or Batman, I will always watch. I don't care.
I mean, there's no choice in the matter.
There is no choice.
Except you didn't watch Madam Web.
Okay, but directly.
Peter Parker's in the movie. I told you. He's born at
He's
the end. He's unironically born at the end of the movie. Dude, you know what's kind of funny? I wanted to mention. Maybe I should have mentioned this earlier because by now we probably lost anybody who was listening. But, in the movie, when they cut to her like working as a ambulance driver, she's with him, Ben Parker, and they're driving. She's driving really intensely, and he's like critiquing her, like, "Why are you doing that?" She almost hits a kid on a skateboard, and she's like driving through. I remember the exact context. They're like driving, and she's like, he's like, I don't want to get. You shouldn't drive like that. Someone's gonna get mad or something. He's like, basically, he says, I don't want to get hurt in Queens, right? And she's like, what?
Mhm.
You've never been shot in Queens before? I was like, Jesus Christ. Because, of course he,
Yeah.
gets shot.
Also, when you said the skateboard thing, I thought that was gonna be like an allusion to like Matt Murdock getting hit by a car.
No, that was,
Like he was on his skate. Oh.
No. It's actually one of the girls from later in the movie.
Oh.
And then, because she's like,
They
hey, you
make
almost
it-
hit me with your ambulance.
Oh. But they make an allusion to Uncle Ben dying on the street.
They did. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 4
They also
coming out.
just before we get to that, they also allude. Okay, so you remember the Sony leak where during the TASM movies, the Sony got hacked.
Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, and all that shit was revealed in the emails about like they're gonna do like an Aunt May spy movie and all these like Joker ass spin-offs, right? Well, in this movie, they allude because like I said, May Parker is pregnant with Peter Parker. Not May. Sorry. Mary Parker. Um,
Mhm.
and people are constantly like, "Oh, where's Richard?" You know, Peter Parker's dad. And
Mhm.
she's like, "Oh, I don't know. You know how?" Basically, they allude to the fact that he's a spy.
Huh.
Like it's like they're trying to set up another spinoff with Richard Parker the spy, which
Well, isn't that kind of like the what's his face ones? Andrew
that's
Garfield,
what I'm
wasn't his dad
saying.
a
That's
spy
what I'm
or something?
saying. They're trying to bring it back. Also, there are, I mean, there were rumors that apparently this was supposed to take place in the Andrew Garfield universe, but then during reshoots they just were like, "Oh no, just make it all 2003."
Mm.
Um. Anyway, Kung Fu Panda 4. Kind of worried. I don't think it's gonna be bad,
I think so.
but it could be mid.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
I don't care.
Have you heard about this Civil War movie?
I have. Everyone's creaming their jeans about it on Twitter.
I haven't watched anything about it. I just know the director is the
He made that
Annihilation
movie.
dude,
Yeah.
Ex Machina, whatever.
He also made a movie called
Uh,
Men, which didn't do really well. Did terrible.
Yeah. We have Captain America: Brave New World, which is going to be ass. It's decided already.
Yeah, obviously they've reshot it like 3 times.
I don't get it, man, because like I thought he was always like the Hollywood grump, like he didn't really want to be in movies, but they're getting Harrison Ford and all this shit. Like the check's got to be fat. That's the only way he's getting his ass out of like the retirement home. Seriously.
Yeah, isn't he
I don't get
notoriously
it.
just like grumpy and doesn't want to do anything besides Indiana
Yeah,
Jones?
that's why I don't get it, is that he maybe has like, I'm sure he has kids and stuff and whatever to pay. Like
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I'm
sure
not
with
gonna
the
watch
check
it.
from whatever they're gonna give him, he could pay for
Mhm.
his grandchildren's first homes. You know, like
Like that's probably why he's doing it. Like, did you see the Indiana Jones from last year?
yes, I'm interested. Did you see it?
No.
Okay, wow, surprising.
I don't know. I don't want to watch it.
Here's what I want to say.
But maybe.
I don't think it's that
Okay. Yeah.
bad. I think it's, you know, here's what I'll say.
Mhm.
Is it, I can tell why they made it the way they did. It sounds really,
Mhm.
really good on paper. And I like James Mangold. Obviously, he made Logan. I think he's a good director and he did good directing. But I think the way the plot shook out was not as good as it sounded on paper for the most part, with the exception of the third act, which is really, really good. I don't want to spoil it, but it has one of the most insane, like, not twists, but like, it gets to a point where it's like you don't know where it's going. And it's
Mhm.
really exciting because you start to realize where it's going and you're like, no way, they're not gonna do that. And then they do it. It's actually really, really like a really, I think, bold choice. Uh Now, did it end perfectly? It seems like they might have changed the ending of what I'm talking about. So it's a little not lackluster, but you know, I think it could have been better. But I think the choice itself and the way it's introduced in the movie is really good. And I think the whole movie overall is not bad. So
Did he like? I guess my concern is, did he seem? Maybe I don't know if he wanted to be there, but at least on screen was he?
no, here's the thing,
he
dude.
capable?
I think he was on screen. He was one of maybe his second best Indiana Jones performance
Oh
outside
damn.
of the first one. Genuinely, he's like one of the best parts of the movie. And also from what I've seen off screen, apparently it seems like the only property he cares about is Indiana Jones. He really like seemed genuinely like
Yeah,
emotional about it.
I could see that. I could, because like Star Wars is just overdone.
Yeah, I mean he never wanted to do that from day one, right?
No. But a Marvel movie? I don't know, man. It must be like the grandkids. That's probably what he's saying to
It's
himself.
gotta be.
Maybe I don't know if he's divorced or something, but
I don't think so. You ever see the David Blaine clip where He does a trick on him in his house. It's pretty.
No.
It went viral back in the day. This is like, like 10 to 15 years ago,
Yeah.
right? There's a clip.
Mhm.
David Blaine did like a thing where he goes into all these celebrities' houses, like Will Smith, which is pretty funny in its own right. Because Jada Smith is there with all the kids. It's pretty awkward. Anyway, he goes to Harrison Ford's house and he's like, pick a card, pick any card. David Blaine, he's trying to act mysterious, right? He's like, pick a card, Harrison. And Harrison Ford, you could tell, like, you could tell he's like, doesn't give a shit. He's like, you can tell, like, he not doesn't want him to be there, but you know what I mean? He just has the, like, attitude of, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. But anyway, it's really funny, his face. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. He, like, he picks a card. And David Blaine, looks at it, shuffles it, does whatever, like, misdirection with it. And then Harrison Ford is in the process of eating oranges, right? He unpeels an orange, and the card is in the orange. And then he's like, there's like a pause, right? Where, all the people in the room are like, whoa, like laughing and stuff. Harrison Ford is just staring at him. And then, this is obviously an intentional joke, but he goes, get the hell out of my house. It's really funny.
Nah. He'd probably be funny in real life. I mean, he'd probably just be like, "Get the hell out of my face!" Like, I'm sure he does not like. I don't know. Maybe he's nice to fans, but I think it's funny if he's like just very non.
It seems like he's pretty
Which
self-aware and like is doing jokes and
Yeah.
stuff. Here's my question: in that scenario, do you think the card was planted in the orange?
I mean, I gotta watch the video.
True. You should check it out. Just look up Harrison
also-
Ford, David Blaine later.
But also, I mean, I don't know. That's why magic is so secret, right? You're not supposed to know.
Well, it's like, I know there's some tricks that he's done that have been debunked, right? Like, obviously, not obviously, I guess, but have you ever seen the one where he swallows a frog?
David Blaine, no.
Yeah, he basically like pulls out a cup and he's like, it's a frog. And then all the celebrities and whoever's there is like, oh my god, a frog, what do you do? And then he literally puts the frog in his mouth, swallows it, and then spits it back out. Or something along those lines. But I read about it and saw a video where apparently this is like an age-old like trick, like going back hundreds of years the magicians have done. It's basically you just train yourself to be able to have a pocket of air in your stomach and also train yourself to regurgitate without it being, like gross.
Yeah.
So it's just all training.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I'm sure it's like, it's an art, I guess.
No, it's an art. That's
why,
fucking
like-
impressive, even if it's, what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Like, you can't fake that.
But I'm just like,
because
how do you
it's-
get a card in an orange?
I think I gotta watch the clip.
You gotta watch the clip. You
How
gotta
does that
watch it.
even work? You grow an orange around the card?
Have you ever seen as a
No.
kid, especially, I remember like always seeing it on TV, but like the ones where he's like hovering?
When he walks on water?
No, where he's just like on the
Oh.
street, he walks up to someone, he's like, want to see something cool? And then he steps back. He has the same format every time. He steps back and he goes like back to them. And then he goes, watch. And then he levitates like 3 inches up off the ground.
Remember, there was that other weirdo. I mean, he actually was weird. Chris Angel. That
Yeah.
guy sucked.
I mean, that guy was just a hack, right? I mean, not a hack. I mean, like, he
think
did
so.
tricks, but like, I mean, just cringe.
But like, a cringe sellout. Like,
yeah. David Blaine.
magic is.
See, David Blaine, like,
David
knows
Blaine's,
what-
like legit.
dude, he caught a bullet in his mouth. Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
You can't.
I
You don't
think
fake that. Like,
Yeah.
the one like he goes underwater for like 4 days. Like all these things are training, but like, come on, crazy. tell you a movie.
I guess I know what I'm doing tomorrow at work.
Watching David Blaine videos.
David Blaine YouTube channel.
Yes, you gotta let me know what you think. I'll tell you one movie I'm most excited for this year. It's from one of the, I think, most promising directors working today. His name is Robert Eggers. He made The Lighthouse. He made The Witch. His movie Nosferatu comes out in December.
I will watch it.
Dude, that's
I
it.
didn't watch the. I did not watch what's it called? The Northman.
Ooh, okay. I'd be interested to see what you think. It's it's a little more blockbustery, but still has like his signature, like mysticism and style and sort of thing. I think it's pretty good. I have to rewatch it, but I'm interested to hear what you think. Nosferatu has been like his passion project for years, though. Like, like that's the one he wanted to work on. That's what he made a short film about a vampire first before he got on any major movies. But dude, seeing Nosferatu in the Hippodrome would be crazy.
Ooh. Oh, thank you. I will do that.
Because you know what? I saw The Lighthouse in the Hippodrome
I know.
with Ben Becker.
I probably would have been.
Who?
Badass.
Yeah, it was actually incredible.
One love, one heart.
Let's get together and feel alright.
Are you gonna do an Oscars episode?
Yeah, I want to. When are the Oscars?
Like next month.
Problem is, I haven't seen Zone of Interest. I haven't seen
seen
Past Lives. I
Yeah.
haven't seen.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
I've seen Oppenheimer.
Look. Oh, of course. I don't know the list though. I'll be real. Let's see. Like The Holdovers. I don't want to watch that, honestly.
Interesting. Why?
I kind of get the vibe already. It's a heartfelt like movie about outcasts being an outcast, and you know what I mean. You
Dead
get
Poets
the vibe
Tier.
It's exactly like I know that it's gonna be heartfelt and a little comedic, and that it's gonna be good. But like I don't need that mushy shit. Give me like some Oppenheimer. Give me some.
Dude, Oppenheimer was sick.
It was so good.
Nolan really knows what he's doing.
You can't deny him. Like people like to shit on him because like he's
overrated. Everyone
like,
loves The Dark Knight. Dude, shut up. Shut the fuck up, okay? I've seen Oppenheimer and The Dark Knight in theaters in the last year, and like both of them were out of body experiences, bro.
You can't deny him. He's a master. He is of his craft. Like, although I didn't see Tenet. I heard Tenet was mixed.
I want to see it. I want to see it. They're re-releasing it.
Yeah. So
I want to give it a proper viewing. Give it a shot. Because it's him. There's no way it can be that bad, right?
Yeah. No. I think it's just people complaining about this.
Oh, I don't understand it. Why is it backwards? Fuck off, bro. He's the GOAT. He's literally the GOAT. Dude, tell me I'm wrong. He's literally the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
I don't give a shit. Dark Knight Rises is good too, okay?
It is. Like, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Unironically,
I even want to see. I want to see. What's the one that has Robin Williams?
Oh, something.
And Pacino.
Yeah, what is it? Not Nights? Something Nights? No.
Oh, I gotta look it up. I want to go back and watch all those.
Yeah, actually. Oh, Insomnia.
Yes, Insomnia.
Yeah, I have that. I have a DVD. So I have to watch it.
He's the GOAT. I'm sorry. Like, if you like, he's the GOAT.
He's literally the GOAT. He's him.
He is him.
Him and Scorsese. Tarantino maybe, but I would say mostly
Tarantino.
Him and Scorsese. Like, they can basically do no wrong.
That was like, and that's just a testament to like, look at I don't know how old Scorsese is, like almost 80 now, and like he's still making like amazing pictures. He might be the GOAT.
Yeah, true. That's the other one I've seen, Killers of the Flower Moon. Have you seen it?
That was amazing. That might be my favorite movie from
That was is crazy because it's such an uncomfortable watch,
It is.
but it's
Because
still
there's a big difference. They're both like 3.5 hours. Oppenheimer is very intense, but it's very quick moving. Like the thing about the Flower Moon movie was like it's very what was it?
it's just.
It's unsettling and creepy in
First
a
of
way.
all, let me just say,
you're
Mr.
watching something-
Lamella, I wonder what he thinks of it.
You probably would like it.
Yeah, I mean, he liked The Revenant, remember?
Yeah, I mean, I think he likes all those kind of
History.
historical.
movies,
Yeah.
I could just imagine watching Killers of the Flower Moon scenes in class,
Um.
What about De Niro, bro? Even
Oppenheimer.
see only
De Niro's the GOAT.
only, but here's the thing: only Scorsese can pull that kind of performance out of De Niro at this point.
Yeah.
Because De Niro's doing stinkers,
yeah.
He's just fucking.
No, I think it's because he's got like 10 kids. Look, he had he had another kid this year.
He had a
right?
kid. He's like 80. He had a kid with like a 20-year-old,
And he's
right?
80.
Like, yeah.
So I get it that he has to do like these cheesy straight to DVD movies, but like when Marty calls, I'm sure he's like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, it's time to.
He'll pull out these pieces.
Here's my question: is Pacino done? Is he just done?
That guy just got like. Well,
He's just grandpa
remember.
tier now. He's
grandpa tier, but like that chick that he knocked up, I think she got like. I don't know if they were married. I don't know if they divorced, but I think he's on the hook for that kid. So he might be having to do movies. And if he's doing movies, I hope he does good ones because he's also getting up there.
Well, I think he hasn't. He did The Irishman, but of course, classically, come to a meeting and you wear shorts.
But he's in a lot of projects, but just not very good ones.
I feel like the last time I
in a
saw
lot
him
of
was when he was at the Game Awards, like 2 years ago or 3 years ago or whatever. He was like, "Hi, I'm here, and the winner goes to God of War."
He was in House of Gucci, and that movie kind of
blah blah blah. I don't give a shit, bro. You can't get me to watch that fucking airplane movie if you fucking put a gun to my head.
It was horrible. It was really bad.
Yeah, I could tell.
Freaking what's his name is very bipolar.
Adam Driver.
Ridley Scott. Not Ridley Scott.
I want to see Napoleon. Everyone's like, don't watch it. I want to see it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll watch it too. I'll watch it.
Right after I watch The Last Duel.
But I heard it was good. I heard The Last Duel was good.
I know. I heard both of those movies were good. I mean, Napoleon maybe less so, but.
It's also I'll watch Last Duel. I'll watch Napoleon. What was the point? Oh. All I'm saying is Pacino and De Niro, the day I probably said this 1,000 times, but the day that one of them passes, I'm taking off work, I'm taking off school, I'm mourning, I'm staying home. Because it will be like a huge loss for the culture. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, any of them. Nolan, Scorsese. It's like, unironically, genuinely, I can't imagine cinema without them.
No, it's true.
Like, again, specifically Nolan, Scorsese, and De Niro and Pacino. It's like, growing up, you watch those movies and you fall in love with movies. That's, I don't know about you, but The Dark Knight, fucking.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, you see Memento, then you see Goodfellas, then you see Casino, then you see Heat, you see Departed. It's just like, you know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, I like movies. Or like movies can be really good.
They're like a gateway.
Yes. Gateway drug.
So I would say for Best Picture, for me personally, because I'm looking at the list, and also this might be the first year that they have so many like nominees, kind of a lot.
Okay, can we be on? Okay, listen, I haven't seen Barbie. I have not seen Barbie, for the record, guys. It's not because I hate women. I saw Madam Web, so that can't be true.
This might be controversial.
Go ahead.
It's good. It's good. It was really
Is
fun
it
to
best
watch.
picture quality?
No, no. Oh,
Yeah, I
ooh,
mean,
I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
here's the thing. Not only did it get best picture, it got best directing, which, from what I'm told, it's shot like a commercial.
It deserved maybe like Margot
Best
Robbie was
adapted
really good in it.
screenplay, maybe.
Something. It was good. It was really good, honestly. Like I think I rewatched it over Thanksgiving break, and it was definitely a lot more fun when it was like the Barbenheimer moment. You know,
Yeah,
there was a
I'm not gonna lie.
conversation to be had.
I was getting kind of sick of that pretty quick, though. Did you guys know it's
So
coming out on the same day? I still remember when I went to see Oppenheimer, and then I
um,
came out. First of all, coming out of Oppenheimer was crazy, dude. I felt like I was in there for 8 hours, but not in a
oh
bad
yeah,
way, in a good way.
yeah,
Like, I was like, what? And it's also still
no,
light
for
outside
real.
because I saw like an early showing, which I normally don't do.
Hmm.
So I was like, what is
Hmm.
going? I was like kind of like fever dreamish. And then I walk out and I see literally the entire theater floor. I was at the AMC in Bradenton. I don't know if you've ever been there, but literally the entire place was full of people, older women, younger women. I'm not saying women for any bad reason, guys. For the record, I'm just describing this. It's whatever. Okay.
Got to do a lot of defending today.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not wording things correctly, but and they were all wearing
Mhm.
pink shirts. Everyone
Yeah.
was wearing a pink shirt, and I was like, and I had forgotten. I was like, what is going on? Is there some sort of a event? Is there
Movement.
breast cancer awareness day at the movie? I don't know. And then I remember that it's Barbie Day, and yeah,
I mean, I don't know if you've probably seen clips like on social media, but there
yeah.
were some funny ass jokes like the Zack Snyder one and the Godfather one. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
like that was funny. I got laughed at for that, But
Everyone's saying that Ryan
um,
Gosling is the best comedian of all time, and this shit. What's this
I mean,
about?
he was really good, but I think he got nominated for whatever, which is fine. But I don't think he should win. I don't even know the category or who's in it. Best supporting actor. It was good. It was good, but it's not Oppenheimer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. No, I mean, see, the thing about Oppenheimer that I think is so incredible is, going in and hearing of like, oh, Christopher Nolan's doing Oppenheimer. It's like, I was wondering, like, would he be able to pull it off? Because normally his movies, like, I mean, his trademark is he loves to fuck with the the expectation, right? Like,
Mhm.
whether it be a
Yeah.
Batman movie where it's like going to be surprisingly gritty and philosophical and morose, but still have action and still pull off all the things you want in a superhero movie, or Memento, or Tenet, and these other movies where he messes with the time scale and
Mm-hmm.
makes it a little more confusing, but still very satisfying and thought provoking. And it's Inception, obviously. So it's like, oh, he's doing a biopic. That's weird.
Yeah.
Is it gonna
Yeah.
be good? And then he's somehow able to do all of those things in the biopic.
Mhm. Yeah.
He did two timelines, and then one's black and white, but
Mhm.
then also it ties
Mhm.
together because Robert Downey Jr.'s character versus Oppenheimer. It's crazy. It's like, how did he pull it off? Genuinely, unironically, it's just he's a genius for writing the script, that screenplay.
I think
Like,
so. He's.
you cannot come up with that.
You ever watch videos of him? He's very anal about like how he does his movies and stuff. I think he works with one of his brothers, right? But he's just
Jonathan Nolan. He's worked on a lot of screenplays with him.
and they're very, very meticulous. But he's
Yeah, I
also
think
like
this one he also wrote
I don't know.
himself, by the way, which is even more
Right.
impressive.
This is all from him. He said this is all from him reading the
The
biography. So he's like, oh,
biography, yeah.
like I was so inspired by this, blah, but whatever.
American Prometheus. Have you guys heard of it? That's what it's called.
It's you don't have to tell me, bro. I bought a copy.
Nice, dude. I bought the screenplay. But ironically, I have the screenplay. I don't know what it was. I just got so enamored after seeing it. I like instantly went to Amazon and got
because
it.
it's just excellence. It's like
Yeah, because he also, he wrote the screenplay in the first person.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a part where Oppenheimer says, "We are fucking," during the sex scene. Can I also say that, by the
So-
way, I've talked to people, I've heard online, people are like, why did there have to be a sex scene? It was so it was so
It
unnecessary.
was so inconsequential. No, I mean, like, they were saying it's unnecessary, but like, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it
But also, I feel like the whole point was that I think it
to
just
show that relationship.
yeah, it just shows their relationship to a deeper
Yeah,
level. Why
exactly.
would you not like? I don't
Yeah,
understand. Like it
Like, it wasn't that like. I mean, to say like it's
wasn't like fucking
like
porn.
it wasn't
Like it was
gratuitous.
like yeah.
Exactly,
Like,
it wasn't gratuitous. It was literally just. I don't even know. It was like literally like 2 seconds or whatever. So
someone
just
was like
establish that.
yeah. I don't know. Anyway,
Whatever it was.
my point is, but also okay. Here's the other thing. Christopher Nolan, I think, because of all the things we mentioned, there's this impression of like, oh, he's like a snob or whatever. But also,
No.
I've seen things. Have you seen recently? He was like, actually, I'm quite a big fan of the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah,
Like, bro, what? Dude, he's a real one for that, bro. I saw Fast X. That shit was garbage.
He's just probably a movie lover and watches everything, you know, and just
Yeah, he was. What was he?
Makes
He's
that
gassing up Dune recently. He did a
Mhm.
thing with Dennis Villeneuve or whatever. He's like,
yeah.
he compared. He said Dune 2 is like the Dark Knight of like sci-fi,
Oh wow.
which is pretty big praise. That alone, unironically, made me kind of like think about, oh, should I
Consider.
see? Yeah,
Mhm.
because you know he's the goat.
So
Like it's
I guess there could be a couple goats, right?
no, there could be more than one goat.
Okay.
I guess maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, not technically.
Scorsese's
Right?
got to be the.
Well, yeah, no,
Scorsese's
one of the
goat.
greatest of all time. One of the goats.
He is one of the.
Yeah.
I think
I feel
about
like
this guy is.
dude, that was a pretty Kenya
There's
Barris tier moment, like discussion. What was that show?
What hashtag Black AF?
Yeah, dude. That seems like it's the thing you think you have on there. Like, can there be more than one goat? You know, it's like.
I'll be right back. I gotta throw clothes into the dryer, but hold on. I have one thought.
Right.
I'll be right back. I think what you said, Kenya Barris or whatever. I think he had something that came out recently that just flopped. I forget what it was. I think he might have done the Haunted Mansion movie.
Dude, that's fucked. First of all, why would they release a Haunted Mansion movie in July?
I don't. Maybe they didn't think it was gonna do.
They
good.
didn't market it at
Just
all.
dumped it.
Just yeah.
Mm.
Poor Keith Stanfield. I want to see his movie though, The Book of Clarence. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, it's already out. No.
Yeah, it came out in January. Jay-Z's producing.
Also, wait, no. Kenya Barris did not do what I just said he did, but
That's
he did
fair.
do that one. He did You People. I'm not
Oh
even
my
gonna get into that. That's like- that shit sucked. They're wasting Eddie.
Yeah, I
Murphy's,
didn't
like,
finish that. I
second
got like an
comeuppance.
hour in.
So, I don't want him to waste time doing like these sequels and
Eddie Murphy.
yeah, like the Beverly Hills Cop sequel. That they're
Coming
doing.
2 was a good start. That one, also for the record, that isn't like great at all. But he did good in it. You know, he did a good job reprising his character. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, it's whatever. But you know, he'll be good now. Then at the time, he was like, and after this, I'm doing stand up. For the record, that was a reference to Donkey and Shrek when he says, "And in the morning, we're making waffles." But I did it. Okay, for the record.
I got it.
Thank you. Okay.
The AI to do it.
But then he didn't do stand up for like the full year, and I was like, I wonder what happened. I looked it up, and there's an interview, and he's like, "Yeah, so COVID kind of ruined that." I'm like, bro, come on, dude, don't blame it on COVID.
He just got lazy. He probably just didn't practice.
or he like couldn't crack it. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Couldn't crack it. You know, just take more time. Don't lie, man.
Yeah.
Just be like, I'm still working on it. I'd be more hype because I'd be like,
Mhm.
oh, he's cooking. You know.
But now he's doing. I don't know. I
He
would like
did
to
some
see him
Christmas
in
movie on
something.
Amazon Prime that looked terrible. What is he doing, man? Seems like he's also just trying to get a quick buck for his family, which is fair, but
Yeah, I think he has a lot of kids too, or something.
yeah, does he has like 12 kids with like 4 different people? Like,
Fuck, dude, they gotta just keep it in their pants. But the point is, they don't like. I hate seeing. I just don't want to waste my time on movies. Just because like I see a name I know or want to see that comes back. It's like
well, the problem is that
Sucks.
I don't know about
Like,
you.
just
I mean, you
waste.
kind of mentioned this earlier, but I have the same thing sort of phenomena where it's like, if I'm going to see a movie in the theater,
Mhm,
there's a 1% chance I'm gonna think I totally wasted my time because
mhm.
it's the movie theater. It's like it's always gonna
Right,
enhance the experience, even if it's a shit
right.
movie. At least I could say, "Oh, I had fun laughing at it. I had fun going." You know what I mean? But like,
Mhm.
the problem is with streaming, they can just make these monstrosities of movies and just drop them on there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is waste
They
money.
can, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's for a tax write off or whatever, but it's like if streaming
It's
services didn't exist, that Eddie Murphy Christmas movie would not have existed.
right, right. They wouldn't be wasting their time pumping
No,
out
they wouldn't.
crap
They
because,
would yeah, they'd focus on something else or make a
and
better
like,
idea.
right, and it's like, yes, the idea of like the B movie or whatever, like B dash movie, that's always existed, right? Straight to DVD movies and not B, you know what I mean?
The idea of the
Like
B
straight to
movie.
DVD.
Speaking of, by the way, did you hear about Jerry Seinfeld doing this Pop Tart movie?
For oh yeah, like a real, not like a
So I
parody,
heard I heard about
like a
this literally. I can literally tell you, it was I remember because I was driving. And this is when I was would come up to Gainesville, and we were there
Mhm,
together. I remember I was driving up, and I was like, at the time I was like listening to a lot of podcasts, especially because I'm driving so much, and
mhm.
I was like anything and everything. I just want to listen to something to get my mind, you know, because long drive. And I found I was like, man, I wonder if there's like wonder if Jerry unironically, I don't know why, but I was like Seinfeld. We watched Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld. We type
Mhm,
in Jerry Seinfeld into the search, and it was
mhm,
Jerry Seinfeld on this podcast. I don't remember which podcast, but it was like pretty recent. I was like, whoa, he's talking about shit, crazy. So I
mhm,
hop in. Turns out he had a new Netflix special coming out. They played a
mhm,
clip, sounded garbage because Jerry Seinfeld is not funny. For the record, for
mhm,
those who don't know,
mhm.
Jerry Seinfeld isn't funny. The show is only funny because of Kramer and George and Elaine
Yeah,
and Larry David.
yeah, yeah.
If you didn't know, Jerry Seinfeld's a fucking hack who's a scumbag and a pedophile. Unironically, he did a 17-year-old when he was 30. I don't know anyone talks about that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he's on there and he's like, and I'm also working on this movie about a Pop Tart. And I'm like, I was like, I unironically thought I was like tripping. I was like, what did he just say? And then he keeps talking about it. And he's like, it's about the origin of the Pop Tart. And no one would make this movie, but I went to Netflix and they're making the movie. Turns out they're making the movie. And we got some great comedians in it. We got Amy Schumer and we got Mark Maron. Unironically, I'm not even making this up. And
It's gonna.
and I was like, that sounds terrible. And I don't like Jerry Seinfeld. Anyway, click away. That was 2021, right? I never heard anything about it, so I figured it just got canceled because it sounded like a stupid idea and a waste of money. But then 2 weeks ago, they released an image. Netflix released a bunch of images of stuff that they're like work that's like in production or going to be
Mhm.
released this year, and it's literally like Pop Tart, or no, it's the Pop Tart story, and it's a fucking picture of Jerry Seinfeld in a room with Amy Schumer, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna. How much money do you think it costs
Chat.
them? How much money do they give this guy? Why is
Well,
he? Why is he their poster boy? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't know what their business model is because they pump out a lot of shit now. Like
I
they
don't know how they
must
have the
get some
money.
return on it. They must get some return on
They're
it
releasing
that's
6
that
Kevin
they keep
Hart
approving.
movies and 3 Jerry Seinfeld specials, and now this and these series you've never heard of. Like B tier, C tier action movies and Arnold Schwarzenegger show. I don't know if you heard about
Hmm.
that. Just like unironically, there's supposed to be a money laundering scheme. It makes no sense.
I guess it's like as long as people are paying for the subscriptions that keep going up in price.
But it's
If
like, why
enough
are
people are
people
still paying
paying
for
for
it,
it?
I don't know. Just cause, but there's got to be a breaking point. There has to be because their catalog is not enticing
It's
anymore.
only dwindling as
At least
more and
so.
more streaming services get created.
Mhm.
Paramount Plus and Peacock and fuck off,
Well, you
bro.
heard now that they're
Yeah,
trying
they're
to
going
like
back to
merge
cable.
because so
Actually, we've discovered that we're gonna make a package, and in the package, we're gonna have 3 streaming services. So you only. Oh man, I wonder what
Pay
that
one
reminds me
premium.
of. When was the last time we paid one price for a bunch of channels? Anyone remember? You gonna see the Lion King prequel?
Fuck no.
Mufasa, the Lion King.
Disney. I. The only way I guess that we as people who like movies can speak or take action is with your wallet. So it's like you have to just
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter because you and I don't see it.
I guess
For every
yeah.
person, every 2 of us, there's
There's
15.
thousands.
There's 15 Disney
Yeah.
moms, and there's 20 Marvel
Mhm.
stands, and you know what I mean? It's like we've just entered a cycle. It's unironically, it's self-sustaining now. It's it's over. We lost. Culture lost.
One love. Mm.
If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. And they say, why?
Why?
Tell them that is human nature. Why?
But telling you that song when it's like night outside,
It's crazy
you're
and it's
driving.
cool. Yeah, the windows down.
And like the worst part is like sometimes I'll flip through this like the radio here and like they'll have like off the wall
Yeah.
like that shit hits when it's on the radio.
Live your life off the wall. Living off the wall. Live your life off the living off the wall. Come on. Look, man. This movie better look like shit because if they do a trailer with some music, I might be fucked, bro. It might be over. I might get Bob Marley'd into this. No, it won't happen. No,
No.
it's not gonna happen.
You joke.
Come on, bro. Antoine Fuqua is directing this. The guy's a middler. It's all good.
Is he actually?
Yeah, it's the guy who did the Will Smith thing I was saying.
Oh damn. He had one good movie, and that was Training Day.
I think another big thing. True. Well, no, that wasn't that David Ayer. Oh no, he wrote the script. Never mind. Fucking Jafar Jackson. He has to be really, really good to like carry people into this. Like,
well, that's the thing is like, are they gonna make him white?
No.
Like, I don't know how committed. Like, are they gonna have 2 actors?
No, I think they're unironically just gonna do his childhood. You know, because like here's the thing,
Yeah.
the estate is smart enough where they know that they can exploit the kids being beat. You know what I mean? Like they've admitted
They'll probably
that.
stop at us. Yeah.
They'll show that because that gets brownie points. They'll show that.
Mhm.
They'll show him growing up. They'll show him on the Ed Sullivan show doing, and then then there'll be a big lead up to the middle of the movie where he does the moonwalk for the first time, and then fame will hit. The world knows his name. Then Thriller music video is gonna be the climax. I'm not gonna lie, it could be pretty hype. No, never mind. It's not gonna be hype. It's gonna be bad. And then
you're writing the whole movie's gonna be like, oh, they were abused by Tito, and
yeah,
oh, look at him just shine through this thriller. Like, watch him do Billie Jean or something. And
well, I mean, they're gonna victimize him, but the problem is like, I mean, he was a victim. I'm not saying he wasn't, but he also made a lot of other people victims. Yeah.
And excuse everything after. Like they'll probably be like, "Oh, look, Pepsi commercial, hair on fire."
Well, here's the thing. I'd love to support. I would support a movie that acknowledged those things, like maybe a movie that showed his rise to fame. Like, what if there was a movie that kind of didn't like explore what we're constantly debating? Like, should we like this guy? Should we not like him? Should we not listen to his like? That would be really interesting to see a movie like that where it's like, here's his whole life as it was, as we know. You guys decide, that sort of thing. Like, that would be cool, but it'll never happen. It'll never happen because the estate will never let that happen.
think about some of the weird shit they'd have to include. Like, you ever see the like videos like of his hotel with like the baby pictures?
Well, apparently that was his. Okay, so I looked a lot into this. So that picture you're referring to, it's a problem,
Well,
dude. Every 6 months
I've
you get in the
seen
Michael
some.
Jackson phase and you look into it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I get into the rabbit
and then
hole.
you watch documentary and then you watch a little YouTube video. Okay, so that thing that you're referring to was he had a house rented or whatever in LA
Mhm,
as he was practicing for this tour that he was going to do. And
mhm.
of course, as we know, he was being treated with fucking anesthetics by his fucking quack doctor.
Yeah,
And that's the room they found him dead in. So when they came in to investigate the room,
yeah.
they saw that he had all these posters up of like from Target and like Walmart that are like baby section things. So it's
Mhm.
just like it's literally just a picture of a baby and it's like baby like it just a text just says baby. And he also had a lot of dolls and stuff. Which again, this leads you back to the 50-50 debate of like, was he being sus or was he just, a child on the inside who didn't have a childhood and he really loved kids for that reason, like whatever.
Yeah,
So it's like I mean,
it's hard. It's like I think it's a mix of both. It's even if it's
yeah.
just God forbid or God like best case scenario. Let's say he never touched any kids, whatever. It's still wrong that
Well,
he
it's like
was
yeah,
able to
even
have
yeah,
that relationship
in a
to be
best
that
case
close.
scenario, I mean, he just did not he was completely inappropriate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether he
But no,
knew better or not.
I saw another video that people talked about. It was like a clip. It was from I think sometime in the 90s that
Where the kid's father
they
was
had thrown.
talking.
No, no, it was another one that I forget. It was one of the kids that he was with, a kid and maybe a friend that was hanging out with them, and they went there to like celebrate one of his birthdays, and they had put up a bunch of weird baby pictures, and it was just kind of off. Like there wasn't anything explicit. I gotta find it.
Well, here's what I'm saying, bro. If Michael
It's just
Jackson,
some.
it's just like that what you're describing. I haven't seen it. I have to look, but
Mhm.
that just sounds like he just is inappropriate because he is weird and doesn't understand social.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like if you're
No, that's
a fucking creep and you're doing that, you're stupid, right? Like
yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not saying either way. I'm just pointing out both sides.
I sent it. I recommend. I just. It's just no. I agree. At a certain point, it's just he had a relationship with these kids that maybe he didn't realize was not appropriate, but it's just so much like I don't know, so much back and forth about it that it's just so sus. That's just hard to ignore. And it's
Well,
like
I mean, because then you hear things. Because then I'm like, I read about it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, something sus definitely going on. And then I read something where it's like, here's the FBI report, and the FBI is like, we investigated him for 10 years and we didn't find anything. I'm like,
yeah,
well, and then I'm like, well, that's the FBI, but then I'm like, that doesn't mean
yeah.
no. So I'm like,
It isn't yeah. Because like technically they can come to they may come to the conclusion that they didn't find anything, but that just doesn't mean I don't know. It's so weird because then there's the trial there's like all these trials that some witnesses came out saying yes, and then later
and
on they
then
said
later on they said
no,
no,
and then
yeah.
vice versa.
And then there's a documentary, the most recent documentary, and then you read
Yeah.
something where it's like, I read something where it was like, oh no, like the guy who's one of the guys who's in the documentary is just mad because uh he wanted to do like a show, like a Cirque du Soleil show with Michael, but then Michael denied him, so he's just
Hmm.
mad and he's just using that. I'm like, what? I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I just want to
That's
listen to
why I think
human nature, man. Just like, dude.
yeah. That's why I think to a certain extent the state has been smart about like keeping track of what's online or like trying to like cover stuff up so that it stays like this vague because this is very different from let's say R. Kelly or
Yeah.
other
Well,
artists
there's
that
just video of R. Kelly,
they've been
right?
charged, yeah. So it's like they can keep this vagueness going to the point that people like yeah, all right, after that
Well, I
documentary
think the
came out
bottom
they
line is
took his
also he's
music off, they're
dead.
like he's also dead, so
Like they can't
there's
do
there's
anything
not
to
going to be a
him.
trial.
This is literally just
There's never going to
about
be another trial.
optics for money.
Exactly. So
I don't know. I think last thing I read was that the director of Leaving Neverland said that he had enough material to make like a second one. So maybe they'll do that.
oh, Like, did you ever watch the original Martin Bashir
I've seen clips of
documentary?
I've seen
That's
clips.
the thing, is because you can't find the full thing online, and that was put like on a BBC channel
Yeah.
20
Well,
years
here's the
ago,
thing.
and
But then here's the thing. That's also like complicated because it's like
yeah,
Martin Bashir was like
it's true.
being psychotic, and like leading
Mhm.
questions, but also Michael
And I do
Jackson
agree with
was
that a
being
little,
really,
but it's also like,
really, yeah.
but it's like there's certain shit on like the camera that you like. There's no editing, like him, editing the shit that he said. Like he straight up said he had kids sleeping in the bed with them, or
Yeah.
the shit with his own baby was just so off. Like that was
Dude,
just
there's a
weird
pretty
and
funny
didn't
when
sit.
I was trying to find like clips of that last I was looking into this, I found this old like sketch. I think it was on like Just for Laughs or one of those like big comedy sketch things that
Mhm.
they do every few years or used to do. And like Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, he was
Mhm.
playing Martin Bashir, and the joke was like, because like in the doc, it's the same thing as the documentary where it's like in the documentary, the guy's like, Michael, did you sleep with kids? And Michael's like, yes. And the guy's like, don't you think that's inappropriate? And he's like, no. He's like, yeah, you sure you shouldn't do it? He's like, I think it's perfectly fine. I think if I was so and so the sketch is
Mhm.
like him asking like even more and more like clearly like trying to help him out, and he's like
Mhm.
getting really frustrated because he's trying to like help him, which isn't actually reflective of the truth of it, right? Because Martin Bashir was being predatory, I guess, right? But whatever,
Yeah,
dude. I don't know. This is crazy.
the whole thing is crazy, and it's like I don't even know. I only know some of this from like what my parents told me and stuff. I don't know if people even talk about this. If it's just us, because like
No, people. So
we're
when
on the internet.
I looked into it. I even listened to a podcast about it where it's like
Hmm.
an investigative like Amazon thing. I
Yeah.
also like you can just search Michael Jackson like for example like in the Reddit search bar. You'll see
Yeah.
every 3 months there's like a thing in like r/music or r/ask music or r/pop culture or pop. Literally every 3 months or so, it's a post that's like, "Do you guys think Michael Jackson did it?" And then the comments are like, hundreds of not hundreds, but like thousands of comments, like yes, no, because of this, because of this, because of this, and it's like, so I think
Yeah.
people are also still torn about it.
Yeah.
Why?
It's
Why?
so weird. Who was it in high school that had a poster of him?
Miss Holler.
Miss, was it Holler
It
or
was
Ringo?
well. All I know is Miss Holler had the album. She pulled out the vinyl one day, bro. I remember. She was like, "This is the best
I,
album of all time," and I was like, "Yeah." At the time, you don't know. Like,
this will always be like so, like this will never be solved because there's just so much love and people have so much like just memories of the music and this and that like they'll probably never want to
well, I
believe,
think that's why
even if
at the
it's
end of
true.
the day, it's about what it means to you, right? It's like
You know.
it's like I remember I grew up listening to all of his shit. I remember we had the CD of like the essential Michael Jackson, and all his like best songs. Then the first second I got an iPod, I think the first actual I mostly like would use like MP3, YouTube to MP3 or whatever. I remember when if I ever got an iTunes gift card for like my grandma or something, dude, I just buy Michael
Mhm.
Jackson songs. Like I just buy like
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Prince, Hall and Oates. Hey,
Mhm.
but you know what? At least we have Prince. We got Prince. I mean, he's
Yeah,
dead. I mean, he's
we have
dead, but
Prince. Prince is that's I think that's always been the grand debate, like musically, like oh Prince or MJ. And
I mean,
if you like Prince is actually like if you do a deep dive, I think he's more talented. He's definitely more talented in
I mean,
terms of
I think
like
so overall. But I think Michael
but
Jackson's pure talent, because like Michael Jackson did give creative input from what I've seen. Like
Yeah,
Like
no,
he'd
it's not.
layer the
Yeah.
tracks and be like, no, like no,
Mhm.
do this, or like like he had an
Oh,
inherent.
Quincy, no.
How's your daughter? I that's a Rashida Jones joke. That's not a
Does she
okay.
want to come? Bring her to Neverland.
Oh wait, she's a
That's so
girl.
bad.
Never
But
mind. So what was I gonna say?
no, I know what you're saying. Like his highs are probably higher than Prince in terms of
But it's like he had an inherent
lyric
sense of
level.
rhythm too, and like music
Yeah.
knowledge. But Prince had more. Dude, I'm pretty sure Prince could
Prince
like pick up
is-
any instrument, and fucking make a banger.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like
Right. Like he wrote so much music for other artists that you don't
Alright,
realize. And,
top 3 Prince songs.
ooh.
I'll go first,
Oh, okay.
just to give you time since you seem on the spot.
Yeah,
Alright.
let me think.
Number 1, When Doves Cry. Unironically,
Okay.
best Prince song, one of the greatest pop songs of all time, in my opinion. Songs of all time. Number 2, Little Red Corvette. Okay.
That,
And then number 3
Okay.
would probably. It's a little torn, but I'm torn between 1999 and Raspberry Beret.
I was gonna, s- I'm gonna put 1999 on mine.
Dude,
I
come
don't know
on,
where,
bro.
though.
I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if. Come on, bro. Come on.
That song is so good. Okay, 1999. I'll put that on my top 3. Um, maybe I Would Die for You, but that's just for me
I would
personally. Like,
die for you. Oh, dude, it's actually you're right. That's so good. Shit.
like
No, I don't know.
obviously all of Purple Rain is amazing, but fuck, what else?
Have you ever seen the Purple Rain movie? Because I have not.
I have not. I would watch it.
Wonder if it's good.
Um, that's what I put. I would put I Would Die for You, 1999. Ooh. What would be my last? Maybe I won't put it on mine because like that wasn't always my top song, but recently like I realized how great it is. It's like Purple Rain itself. Like I never was really into it because it was very long, but I had got the record like maybe a year ago, and it's honestly like really good.
Dude,
But I
I want to say off separate topic. I just opened the group chat we have with Sebastian, who's Manny's friend from Gainesville. That was my friend too, but um, he says the most random shit sometimes. I don't need to out him. We can bleep this out if you or him want. But he said, "Go to," because I sent a picture of us recording, and he said, "Go to sleep, you silly bastards." Then sent a picture of himself half naked in the mirror, like after he took a shower, and then said, "I used to float, now I just fall down. Billie Eilish is so bad, like sweating emoji, but also the music mid."
wrong. I want to hear his top 3 because he also likes that shit.
True. Get his opinion.
Top 3 MJ. He's not gonna answer right now, but maybe he will.
Top 3 MJ. Now we're
Oh
getting
shit! He responded.
Yeah.
He said Alphabet Street.
Okay. Okay. 1999.
99.
Dude,
Yo, it's probably so badass.
what do you think of
That, like,
Prince
been
being
around.
in? Dude, Prince. What about Prince's music being featured in Batman '89? Dude, that's sick.
Oh, that album is good. I don't know if I put that in my top 3, but like,
Dude, the scene
there's a
where
couple
Jack
songs that are really
Nicholson goes into the museum and he starts playing the music,
Mhm.
his goons. Dude, that movie is so good.
Like he's very like Prince's style is very. I don't know. He did a lot of very interesting projects that I don't think get recognized.
Yeah.
Like he'll just do a soundtrack, then he'll do I don't know. He
Yeah,
had
it's
the
like
Purple Rain movie.
Michael Jackson tapped into and like figured out what people want in a song.
Mhm.
And Prince could do that too, but he also just mostly chose to like do what he thought would be cool, you know. Kiss.
Yeah, honestly, When Doves Cry might be number 3. That is an epic song.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Shit, bro. That's what I'm gonna play them. But
See,
what is he gonna say?
at least for every, you know, hazy Michael Jackson moment, there's at least we have Prince to turn to, you know? Like
Yeah,
we don't have, at least we don't have to feel bad about listening to it.
yeah, exactly.
Said you want to be starting something. Okay, gotta stop.
That song is so good though.
Mama say, Mama, come on, come on, bro. Annie, are you okay? Would you tell us that you're okay? Dude, I still remember being a kid and seeing the Remember the Time music video with Eddie Murphy. Did you ever
That
watch
song
that?
is so good. Yeah.
He's like Michael Jackson's like running around like making out with the pharaoh's wife. And Eddie Murphy's like, we must catch him. He's like doing a terrible Egyptian accent.
He said his top MJ, Rock With You, number 1.
It's
Oh, that's such a good
based.
song.
That's based.
Then he said Smooth Criminal. Okay.
Okay.
Then he
The
said The
way
Way You
you
Make Me Feel.
make me feel.
Don't Stop Till You Get
Get
Enough.
enough, come
That's
on.
bad.
Because I'm bad. Dude, every song. Come on, man.
Uh, what are my top MJ songs? Dude, I shouldn't play into this.
I don't think I can name top. Genuinely, I can't think. There's just too many Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I can't rate some over the other.
Yeah, Billie Jean. Oh, you know what's a good one that I've been listening to more? Is that
What?
one that De La Soul sampled?
Oh,
Which one is it? I can't help it.
yeah,
Even if
true.
I
But I can't hear it
that
without thinking. I want to. I want to.
I want to.
Break it dawn. De La Soul's releasing a 35th anniversary 3 Feet High and Rising thing on March 1st, by the way.
Interesting.
Apparently it's got some like demos
mean-
and remixes that they haven't released, so
I'll be there. Oh, PYT, such a good fuck,
I
bro.
want to love you. PYT. Dude, I will say, first of all, fuck Kanye. New album is trash. He's trash. He's anti-Semitic. Everything, right? Genuinely, I feel like he's lost it. He's fallen off musically and obviously every other way.
Yeah.
A long time ago, but dude, the way he sampled PYT in "Good Life." Have you heard that song?
Yeah.
Welcome to the good life.
I don't know, man. It's sad because he was like he could
Hmm?
still be, but it's clear that he doesn't have the right people around him to keep him medicated or whatever. You know, they're just enabling him to just spiral.
But it's
Kind of
yeah, it's just like outside of that, like I don't think he's made anything I've liked or that is
that
good
too. I mean,
since like unironically like 27, 16, 17, you know, like okay, we don't read what Sebastian just said out loud. Well, I can't believe we started talking about music for so long.
Oh wait, are we on a podcast?
I'm thinking I might split the
Um,
podcast up, like we normally do whenever this happens. We'll
yeah.
keep the first part for the crossfire or whatever the fuck, and then we'll do a little freestyle episode with all this shit. Dude, I heard there's a Prince biopic. His ex-wife is making a Prince biopic or like writing it or something. I wonder if it'll be good.
I don't think so. I really like. At least all these musical ones, they're like I said, they're just always the same, and it's like I would watch it just because the music. That's like the only reason.
Yeah.
Like if they wanted to show like, I'm trying to think if there have been movies that have shown like, oh, watch your artist, like watch their artist and their creative process behind the song. Like that is cool. I'll watch just a movie of that. I don't care.
I mean, like
Like
the
I
Beatles
don't need
documentary.
or even if it's like a kind of like a recreated version, whatever. Like
Mhm.
when they showed that in the Bob Marley movie, it was only for like 5 minutes.
Well,
but that was
dude,
the best
imagine
part.
like a hour and a half documentary, whatever it's called, what you want to call it, where it's just like if they had a camera in the studio when Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson were making,
Mhm.
like Thriller, or sorry, Off the Wall. Then
What the hell
again,
does Anita Max win?
something Drake said. Don't worry about it. You see Drake's cock leaked online?
I've heard about it. Yes.
Dude, it's pretty crazy.
Dude, all I know is the dick writers online were like, "Oh, bro, he's so handsome, so wealthy, and he's well endowed, bro.
I mean,
Bro's
here's
living
the
the
thing.
life."
I will say, having seen the video, unfortunately, it's just not fair, man. It's not fair. It's this guy was on fucking Degrassi, and now he's had more chart hits than the Beatles, and he has
Anita Max
a
win.
porn star cock. Like, what is going on? What is going on?
Too bad. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because he's the fucking rich ass, but he's such a bitch ass too.
Yeah, dude, it was
Very.
awesome when Pusha T dissed him, took him down,
Mhm.
exposed him
Just
for
told him
hiding
to,
his kid.
yeah, literally for being an absentee father or whatever. Like kind of based, but even then, it's like he's still winning. It doesn't matter. People will still listen to his music. Anita Max win.
You remember we watched that video? Because he's also a creep. Remember the video of him with the like 17-year-old,
Oh yeah,
16-year-old dude? That shit's crazy. And everyone just let it slide. No one talked about it.
yeah.
Dude, the crazy thing with the video, that's for the record, I don't think it's actually funny. It's fucked up. So, for context, anyone who's listening, which is hard to believe at this point, there's a video posted in like 2010 or 11 or 12, around that time, of Drake at a show. It's really grainy footage, so it actually must have been like 2010. It's pretty early. And
Mhm.
but he had just blown up with his first album, and he's performing, and he did this thing where he brought a girl on stage, like pretty standard thing that some people do, whatever. And it's like a slow song. He's like kind of like touching her up, grinding her, and then he's like, and then he like wants to kiss her, and then he kisses her, and he's like, "Wait, how old are you?" And she's like, in the mic, she's like 16, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not trying to go to jail, man." And he like, it's like it's like kind of funny, the delivery of it, but the fucked part, and this is again funny in a fucked up way. After he finds out her age and says, "I don't want to go to jail," he kisses her again on video. It's crazy. No one cares. Something, did you hear about Vin Diesel?
Something came out. I didn't read it though.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty fucked, dude. It's like Weinstein tier, not like in scope, but in the way it apparently went down.
Jeez.
But apparently no one cares. Last I heard, He's still posting on social media. People are still Fast X Part 2 is still green lighted. So it's just weird. Like, what's the distinction? Why do we cancel some people but not others? You know?
I don't know, because it's like you. I don't know how you make that differentiation. Is it when something is confirmed? Like, because a lot of this is, yeah, okay, allegations that have come out, but
I'm just saying people have been canceled for pure rumor,
or less, yeah.
which is fine. I'm fine with that in a lot of cases. But when there are substantiated reports, apparently the girl who Vin Diesel allegedly sexually assaulted was worked on his company, his production company, worked with him on those movies. And I'm not gonna get into the graphic details because it's fucked up, but he sexually assaulted her. The girl went to a clinic, and then she went to his. So Vin Diesel's sister runs his company. She went to his sister and was like, "This is what happened. Like, I don't know what to do, you know, etc." And his sister fired her, and that was it. I'm just saying that feels more than credible enough to at least question it, but like
Yeah.
no one's talking about it.
I really don't know.
I'm just saying those are
I don't know how
verifiable
that
things.
works.
I think you can verify clinic reports. You can that's what the Weinstein thing happened. People did that, right?
Mhm.
You were able to get verification. You could probably get it for this too, but for some reason it's being buried. I don't know, man.
It
Anyway,
might just be the right combination on his end of have PR people, lawyer people that know how to bury, a headline.
have you ever seen the video of him with the reporter?
No.
Dude, it's funny is we discovered this like like half a year ago maybe, and we thought it was hilarious. It's Vin Diesel with the Brazilian reporter. It is pretty funny, but in hindsight, it's kind of even becomes creepier. Before it was just like, oh, dude, he's being a creep. It's kind of funny because he has no social awareness. But in hindsight now, it's like, holy shit, dude, he's just being a creep. Anyway, in the video, he's talking to this Brazilian reporter, and she's asking him questions. She's like, on this movie, what was your process? I heard you like Dungeons and Dragons, this and that, just like normal interview questions. And literally every time he ignores the question, he just goes, God, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. How can I do this, man? God, man. What? I can't even do this. You're so beautiful. Like over and over again. And then at the end, he gets up and he's like, I can't do this, man. Look at this girl. When did this turn into beautiful world? When did this turn into I love you? And she looks really uncomfortable. Here, I can actually play the soundboard we have.
When did this turn into I love you?
I'm looking at this is from like a couple years ago, something like that.
He's wearing like a plaid shirt. She's blonde.
Yeah. Sunglasses.
Yeah, it's fucked.
You know what it might be is you're seeing a lot of these cases. Like something came out, I think against Jamie Foxx. Did you see that? Like
that got swept under too, didn't it?
Right. And so it's like a lot of these cases you're reading about are like from before 2017, so before all the Weinstein fallout. So it just sounds like a lot of cases of shit that, whether like a lot of them are mostly credible, are just coming out about these people. And I think it's just because there's just this whatever culture in Hollywood or whatever of these guys do whatever they want, most likely.
Yeah.
For them, it's like,
But that's what confuses me
I don't
about
know.
the Jamie Foxx and Vin Diesel stuff from now. If it's post 2017 and we're supposed to be holding people accountable, why are we not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are we holding X person accountable but not this person?
You're right about that. I have no idea. Maybe
Makes
because
no
we don't want
sense.
to. I don't know.
Unironically, when the Vin Diesel thing came out, I was like, oh shit, Hollywood Reporter, this seems pretty graphic details. This is going to be verifiable. Looks like there's no more Fast and Furious. And
I think what it is I don't know.
It's just like since
Maybe
then,
there's just so many.
I follow Vin Diesel on Instagram. He's just posting like normal. He's just like, I'm a happy creator of the writer strikes over. First of all, you're not a creative
You're
asshole.
just-
You're nothing. You're literally a terrible actor. You're a terrible person. The only halfway decent role you had was in Saving Private Ryan, and it ends with you getting shot in the face halfway through the movie. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
It might just be that there's such an influx, like we were talking earlier, just so much news and information floating.
Yeah.
You know, the headlines change by the next day, and so the best thing for them to do is like act like nothing happened and just deny until we won't hear again. And like, for example, someone who actually got canceled and it's because he was found guilty was what's his face, Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
You know, so it seems like these guys, their strategy's best thing is to
But then
either
people come back
get
from
these-
cancellation. Like,
Right,
unless
that's
you're
also
like
true.
one of the worst, Harvey Weinstein, whatever. But like
Mhm.
Louis C.K. is
they'll still come
back.
back.
Ansel Elgort's gonna be in a movie that's coming out soon. And there's
Mm-hmm.
there's literally text messages that you can look up and read between him and a minor. Dude, what if next Chris D'Elia comes back?
Dude, he might be able to because his fan base is just a bunch of men that don't give a
It's
shit.
just Chris
It's like-
Wolf. For the record,
And
Chris was a
Chris.
fan of him before, guys. I'm not calling out Chris.
Before.
Chris is a friend.
Exclusive 10 women claimed comedian Chris D'Elia preyed on them. Rolling
Penthouse.
Stone cover article. Dude, that's like an episode because like they took it off after. That's like one episode I support them erasing from all media.
Dude, they should just erase that entire show. It's garbage. If you're a Workaholics fan, please don't talk to me. It's like brain rot The Office. It's like The Office for literally people who have a lobotomy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just like they try to do like deadpan humor or
No,
like,
no.
but it doesn't work. So it's just really awkward.
I think I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Okay.
It's almost 2 a.m. and this happens every time Manny's on the podcast, We have to split it
Well, it's
into
because
two.
we don't talk for a while and then we just talk about random ass shit. We're like, oh, shit.
True. Yeah. We don't call
MJ.
anymore.
We don't call anymore. But I'll be back soon. If you got stuff on the horizon, let me know.
I do. Oscars, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Monkey Man. Come on.
I'll be here.
Manny is back, guys. I know we say that every time, but Manny is back for real this time.
For real. I promise I'll be back and it won't be another year. I don't think. I'm here.
And I hope we didn't offend anybody with any of our takes.
Yeah, I don't think I said anything I regret.
I don't say anything I regret. We just covered a lot of controversial topics.
Right.
Talked about Michael
I think we
Jackson
said a
for
lot
like
of things.
45 minutes. Maybe not that
So-
long, but all right.
It might have been like 30. But,
Well, guys,
okay.
thanks for listening to part 2 / freestyling with Manny Ray, or whatever this is going to be called. Hope you guys enjoyed. What are we calling it? Cross-Report. And
Let's report.
let us know what you think, who won again, what advice you have for us for next time, what you want to see. Let us know if you think if you're going to see the Michael Jackson movie. Let us know your top 3 MJ songs, your top 3 Prince songs. If you do any of those things, you'll be entered into a giveaway. Yeah, any last words, Manny?
Keep supporting the podcast, support your local arts. Go watch film, go enjoy film. That's all I have to say. And I'll see you guys soon, maybe.
All right, well, you've been listening to Bill Sharif. You gonna say your name?
Oh shit. Manny. Ray.
And you've been listening to Filmatic Podcast, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Hi. Bye. Bye.
Tell him that
Tell 'em
it's...
that-
Oh, that was crazy. 3 hours.